Oh, damn! Another stream! Ho ho! Oh, yeah. I'm at 9.5 hours of sleep and I'm still tired. Must be dying. That's the only answer to it. Oh, you can actually run people over. Tuh. Oh, what? Okay, that's funny, dude. The zombies? Really? That's cool. Actually, a lot of games today. Is this where winds meet?
Retreat.
It totally is.
A place of joy where every day is pure bliss.
What?
You grew up without parents. But hey, you had company. All those loving neighbors. Adorable little friends. Breathtaking views.
What the fuck?
But it's time to chase your dreams out there.
Apparently, this game is free to play.
Fun. Total madness.
It's going to be riddled with microtransactions.
Streets humming with crowds. Serene palaces towering above. And thousands of people with their own stories to tell. Enjoy rousing live performances. Street fights that'll get your heart racing.
Damn!
Fetched from afar. You'd want to master these tricks. Rob the rich. Rob the rich. Rob the... Well, a rest for the rest of us. Occupational hazard, really. Paralyze your enemies mid.
You can actually break the law. That's pretty cool.
Or let tight feet turn their strength against them. Or just yell really, really loud. These skills might just save your life. And be your key to becoming a legend. This is a vast world. But the real heroes always find each other. The winds are calling. Will you answer?
You've all probably heard some version of what happened. So, let's get to work.
Damn, here we go.
They're right. I don't deserve anyone's forgiveness.
We're overrun out there. Dispatch all available heroes in the area.
This is what Shroud does. He's predicting our moves.
Heroes are the past. Mega Man.
I don't really think the last couple were worth the shit, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, there we go. This looks fun. Looks kind of fun. Another little indie game that's coming out.
Shard is loaded with zero-point energy, the most dangerous force in the Omniverse. Next, of course, to love. Let me study it for the sake of science, with the fame, the money, and the Nobel Prizes that they throw at you.
In good time, Professor. First, I must finish making Springfield a paradise.
Well, what more can you do? You've already turned my robocaller into a ladybot.
Let's go home, Tiger.
I shall rain abundance down upon my people, like a giant showerhead with a low flow restriction disabled. What does that cloud look like to you?
Donut.
The toroidal electron cloud of the helium atom, which in layman's terms is a donut.
Behold, giant food from the sky!
Ah, it's just remarkable. It's remarkable. Well, you should certainly keep that shard for now. Although, it leaves me absolutely nothing to show the Nobel Prize Committee.
Uh-oh.
Fantastic. I cannot wait to study me. Self-dissection, here I come. With the cutting and the looking and the ouch.
Damn. Okay. Can you play as every character?
As the town mob whipper-up, I say Homer has gone too far.
He dropped a huge cream pie on me. I'm a clown. It's only funny when I throw the pie. I'll take the laugh.
Let's get rid of our city's so-called savior. Okay, Homer, you know how to handle angry mobs. First, get rid of the evidence, then blame Lenny. I can toss this where I dump all my garbage. So long, Trouble! Core flare-up. Good sign. Now to take a break. Lucky I filled up the town with comfy love seats. There's still some candy left in that candy bar wrapper.
You gonna fall in? Oh my god, dude.
So many regrets. Losing family. Never got to eat candy bar.
What the
Donut
fuck?
kiss stupid Flanders.
What? Is he gonna be a zombies mode, huh? That's really cool. It's like World of Tanks or something? That landscape is not the best. There's even jets in the game? That's cool.
Saragard is having facilities. Saeed has planted explosives, aiming to cripple the dam's power grid and prevent Havoc from rebuilding Skynet.
Requesting backup. The pipes have been compromised. Water's spreading. If the dam goes down, all areas downstream will be flooded.
All units proceed to the dam immediately. Locate and disarm the explosives.
There we go. Oh! Are those players? If so, they suck. I'm not gonna lie, this looks kind of good. Guy's an absolute tank, I guess. This looks like crap. The premise might be fun, but it looks like crap, dude. You got a gun, dude. What? Oh, that sounds creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that in my ears. Please stop. Hit Piper.
Enemy spotted.
Damn, okay.
Welcome to our global launch preview. As an open-world action game, you'll step into an epic world that's so much more than just kung fu battles. It is completely different from any open-world game we've seen before. The Jianghu is woven with rich histories, captivating tales, and diverse cultures. And you can create your own stories in this world. WWM has a rich variety of combat modes, and they are all rooted in traditional fighting styles. That includes 7 different weapons, 12 unique martial arts, and 23 different mystic arts.
Damn,
no matter what
23?
type of warrior you want to be, the Jianghu is bound to have a fighting style that suits you. We've teamed up with the renowned martial arts director, Stephen Tung Wai, and we've incorporated a variety of motion capture footage to recreate authentic martial arts moves. The Jianghu is a living, breathing world where you'll see day fade into night and encounter the full gamut of weather conditions. Experience the magic of WWM's smart NPC system. Interact with thousands
WWM is where winds meet.
of lifelike characters with their own unique lives. Qinghe's diverse landscapes are a tapestry of breathtaking beauty. Uncover hidden stories and delve into the legends that shape this enchanting land. In Kaifeng, stroll through the majestic palace, explore the enigmatic Ghostlight Market, or simply wander the vibrant streets at your leisure. You'll encounter countless folk customs like shadow puppets, pitch pot, card games, operas, lion dancing. In Jianghu, every corner and every individual can become a legend. So that's why we say it is the first wuxia open world. Just a glimpse of Jianghu is enough to set your heart racing. Don't forget, Where Winds Meet launches globally on November 14th, UTC. Hear the wind, follow its call, and let the wind carry your legend.
So it does. You have to have online only. Because it's online. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, wait, no. No. Quiet! I'm not done yet.
It's the year 2000.
Water has returned to Emberville.
Oh, is that it? Looks like that's it. Cool. Finally. Then we got the state of play today.
When three friends
at
decided
4.
not to leave school as losers.
Good morning, everybody.
What is this garbage?
This young man right here is our new student, Sam.
There's Hale Baines, the guy who thinks college is for chumps.
Ah, you're the new guy, huh? What's up?
Axel Philly, the wannabe rock star.
I got an F in English.
And you, Sam Tatum, the new kid.
So we can have the party, but my mom cannot find out. If she does, she'll go ballistic.
They made a plan to rock the last few months at school and leave their marks as legends.
They want to indoctrinate me even more into a boring fucking life and work 9 to 5 like some sort of mindless zombie.
Fuck thinking about college, dude. We need to stick to our plan to rock the school.
But there's always something getting in their way. Overbearing parents.
If you don't get into college, I'll throw you out of my damn house.
Perverted teachers.
You messed with the wrong one.
Nosy neighbors.
There are aliens in the forest, in the countryside.
Not to mention Seth, the most popular guy at school whose life mission is to make yours miserable at best.
So you think you can move to my town, come to my school, embarrass me in front of my friends and ruin my party?
Sam, you have to go now. My dad's gonna kill you. I'm serious.
But that doesn't hold these guys back from trying.
This actually seems like a 60s like actual movie. This is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like at first I was like, oh, this is dumb. But I'm just like, this kind of reminds me of like a comedy a little bit, like a raunchy comedy.
Those.
Play as Sam Tatum, who saves the day in this rule-breaking coming-of-age adventure. Explore a fully decked-out campus and quirky small town. In this
I would prefer to have another bully game, but I'll take
world
this. I guess.
inspired by the early 2000s teen movies.
Do you really think you're the first students to try to get into my pants this way?
Her dad brought lipstick home from his trip to Mexico, and now they all look prettier than ever.
We drink as much as we could, go streaking to the girl we liked, and then tell her how much we loved her.
Oof. Return to the early 2000s one last time. Age Field High. Rock the school.
Welcome to Vale Water Basin, a brand new water biome shaped by the ruins of the old world.
I've heard a lot of good things about
The
Enshrouded.
first massive addition to the Ember Vale is the Vale Water Basin, a new high-level area as beautiful as it is dangerous.
High level.
Step straight into the landscape of tropical jungles, lakes, and waterways and discover long-lost ruins and temples. Some of these are abandoned, and in many others you will meet the Drak, a reptilian species who fought humanity for control of the region for ages.
Oh, that's cool.
When the Shroud took over Embervale, this ancient enemy resurfaced to reclaim their place in the world. And, unlike you, they can actually fight underwater.
What?
You shall fight them on the beaches.
That's just annoying.
You shall fight them on the mangroves. These new bad guys aside, the area is home
What
to
could you
building.
possibly add by adding an annoying enemy that can hit you underwater that you can't fight underwater? That's stupid. How does that add to the enjoyment of the player at all? That's just annoying.
Blocks, terrain types, as well as the new furniture, but also a brand new feature to play with. The water in Enshrouded is simulated in real time. You can bring water to your builds and even use water wheels to prove your crafting. Use a variety of tools to generate, carry, drain water, and siphon, or fill up lakes,
That's
puddles,
kinda
and
cool.
barrels. The world is your oyster. Now, there are limits to how much water the game and your computer can simulate before something starts smelling of burnt plastic again. But as with everything else, we will keep working on performance so that everyone can get the most out of Enshrouded.
That's really cool. So, like, you can just keep doing that and fill up areas until, like, your shit just breaks down.
Shows you useful information about each plant and lets you set maximum growth state. Yes, including trees. You asked, we answered.
Damn,
Last but
okay.
not least, water currently passes through objects and props, but we know many of you will want to build underwater bases, whether it's a secret entrance
That's
to your
really
castle
cool base.
or full-on Atlantis. So we've included water barrier walls, which can be placed vertically or horizontally. Look
That's so
fantastic,
cool.
and most importantly, don't let water through. Now, we recently shared a dev update with you on a bunch of changes we're making to improve Enshrouded. We don't have the time to go into that here, so make sure you go check it out in one of the corners of the screen. Here's the thing. Thanks to your feedback on the video, we have improved the chances to get high-end loot in gold chests. Great swords. Finally, you can slash your way into Enshrouded, and whether you've got something to compensate for, or you want to look cool as hell.
From what I understand, most of the weapons you have to, like, get in some form of payment.
Sure to make an impression.
Or, like, at least
There's
the great
also
swords.
a new skill to unlock for two-handed weapons that will give you the spin to win attack so many of you have asked for. While we're talking about that, there's a bunch of new skills available, including some that will help you swim longer, dodge attacks underwater, increase your resistances, and also, yes, go full Spartan mode on your enemies. Of course, all of this comes with a level cap increase from 35 to 45, with weapon levels increasing to 50.
Damn, that's 10 levels, that's pretty
Now
good.
everybody, quality of life. Here's a bunch of things that are cool enough to warrant a shout out. Number 1. Players can now leave during Hollow Hall runs and continue at the last visited save point at the later time. Number 2. Server admins can now add filter tags to their servers. This makes it easier for other players to find the just perfect new home. Number 3. Server bans are now persistent after server restart. This should notably help protect resource worlds from griefing and from Steve. Number 4. Just like the good old days of Arena FPS, key and button rebinds are more flexible. Number 5. As mentioned in the dev update video, chests and defeated foes now remember. Number 5. As mentioned in the dev update video, button rebinds are more flexible. Number 5. As mentioned in the dev update video, chests and defeated foes now remember their state, so no more cheesing the loot. They will respawn normally after the area has been left alone for long enough.
That sucks.
But wait, there is more.
Oh my god, dude, Jesus. Damn.
Way too much to put into one video. So please head over to Steam or our website to check out
I think
the
the
full
Shroud
patch
is hurting. I think they're hurting.
I have seen prophecy, and it falls to you. This is the age of decay. This is the moment of awakening. This is the time for heroes to crack the earth, call fire from the sky, and claim the jewel of Embervale forever.
To seize the land I could not tame. Conquer your fear. Forge your path. And strike at the fury of ancient malice. Immerse yourself in splendor.
Damn, that
but
was
do
crazy.
not trust in the deep. Pierce the shadows at your peril.
Those
And
mobs
remember,
look insane.
The brighter the lure, the sharper the hook. The secrets of Vale Water will not surrender easily, for only the worthy can take back the kingdom. Flameborn, glory must be earned. Myth and legend must be built from ember to empire. Rise, ignite, and command the waters.
That's cool. Oh, that's it. That's all the games. All right. Let's get it. Where's my timer? I need my timer, man. I can't do this without my timer. Boom. Let's get it.
Federal agents in Chicago, a federal source
Hey!
Fox News that was issued by the Latin King street gang, part in Operation Midway Blitz. It comes after a shooting targeted agents there on Saturday. Border Patrol Chief Commander Greg Bavino will respond to the threat in just moments.
How have they not allowed lethal force yet with these agents? They're still federal officers regardless. Why is it that we're even accepting this as an okay? They're actively shooting at federal agents.
Moments here with us. But first to our senior correspondent, Mike Tobin in Chicago. Quieter there today, Mike?
In Chicago's Little Village neighborhood. What we have from federal sources is that a black Jeep had drove up on the federal agents as they were going about their jobs, fired some shots, and drove away. That suspect is now in custody, the result of a joint operation with the FBI, ATF, and Chicago police. They have picked up someone described now as an illegal alien who does indeed have a felony in his past for firearm violations. A firearm was found on this person. It has not yet been matched to the shooting on Saturday. All of that is in addition to the alert that went out to Border Patrol agents warning them that the leadership of the Latin Kings street gang had put out a shoot-on-sight order to them. The director of ICE blamed...
Damn, even the gang members don't want these guys up in there. They doing something right.
Illinois Democrats and the rhetoric calling them Nazis, fascists, and barbarians.
So wait a minute. So now we're going to talk about this. So you have a gang member or a gang trying to call people Nazis and fascists when you literally, like, you gang rape women to do a form of initiation. You send out kids to kill people so that way they don't get a harsher sentence in jail. You actively go out of your way to prostitute and hurt people in your own communities. And these guys are the Nazis? What? Man, this is the world we live in, isn't it?
It's really disgusting in the fact that they keep
Federal agents are the bad guys. Not the gang members that are actively putting out drugs all over the streets. No. The federal agents, the police are the bad guys. What the fuck?
turn the tables on ICE with this crazy rhetoric that makes us out for being the bad guys.
Who gives a shit what a gang member thinks? If you care what a gang member thinks, you probably shouldn't even have the ability to vote. You're stupid. You're a fucking idiot. How's this even a question? How is this even a conversation? What world do we live in where you actively go out of your way to listen to the person that would just as easily stab you if you had money? Like, what?
In addition to that, ICE
Hello?
vehicles were rammed at least 4 times over the weekend, and they were pelted with things like paint cans and bricks from the scenes. A Chicago police officer was injured out on the scene trying to control the traffic at one of those violent scenes. The injuries to that officer.
Man, when are they going to put in lethal force? We need lethal force for these ICE agents. We need to put in their ability to shoot on sight when it comes to this.
Are said to not be life-threatening. John?
All right. Well, that's good news. Mike Tobin for us, setting the stage in Chicago. Thank you, Mike. Sandra?
Okay, so let's bring in Border Patrol Chief Commander Greg Bavino. Greg, thank you very much for being here. This is the first time we're having you on to react to this. And now we have learned that there is a suspect in custody, and according to Tobin's reporting,
one guy?
You just heard.
Come on.
They have been able to confirm he is also an illegal alien in this country.
That's right, Sandra. And John, thanks for having me. It's good to see you. This is indeed an illegal alien that had a prior felony conviction for firearms. I just got off the phone with the FBI. They're doing a fantastic job alongside ATF and Chicago Police Department to wrap this case up pretty quickly. Within 48 hours, they already have a suspect, and they're pursuing additional leads now.
Just one suspect involved, additional leads.
Hey, I'll help you out with that. Tell that fucker you're gonna give him 30 years, and for every one person he turns in that gets convicted of a crime that involved impeding in this, you'll knock off a year. That's how you'll get answers out of him.
There are more?
It's possible they're looking into that, but very possible there are others.
Got it. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you just referenced, about what we know about his history and his rap sheet?
Sandra, when we talk illegal aliens in possession of a firearm, this individual should have never been walking the streets of Chicago.
Amen.
This is what you get with a J.B. Pritzker or a Mayor Johnson and that crazy rhetoric. This individual should not have been in this country. So the fact that
let alone having an illegal firearm, because you have to be an American citizen to show proof of residency in order to get a firearm. They have to do an extensive background check, which means they probably bought it on some form of like backyard thing of like, oh, you can buy this off of me and you don't have to worry about it being registered or whatever, right? So he got that gun illegally in some way, shape, or form, and he's walking around with it illegally, by the way, illegally concealed, and then shooting at ICE agents. Like, come on.
Reviolated again and still has
I'm not even calling them ICE agents. At the police. They're the police. They're federal agents.
I tell you what, that's very concerning to us in law enforcement.
No shit.
Especially in light of the fact that the Latin Kings have put an additional hit out on federal law enforcement. Very concerning.
Yeah, it is incredibly concerning for all these agents and their families involved. This is Tricia McLaughlin. She was on Fox News earlier today, reacting and asking that very question about where's leadership. Listen.
Where is Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson?
He's too busy trying to advocate for pushback against ICE agents and advocating for this. That's where he's at. He's actively going out of his way to make sure that the ICE agents have as much pushback as possible.
Is J.B. Pritzker, the governor of that state, when there are foreign terrorist organizations who are going after our law enforcement, who are shooting at them potentially, who are putting bounties on their head? These are men and women who are simply waking up in the morning every single day to enforce the rule of law that's on the books in Congress. And it really is a shame that the Democrat Party has decided that violence against law...
Okay, so I don't think it's the Democrat Party. I think it's the mayor of Chicago. Okay, let's not try to wrap everybody into this. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. If it's one person causing problems for everybody else, don't say it's the entire party. I don't like that. There are some idiots that haven't, accepted the fact that the popular vote, majority vote, won. That's just all there is to it. Now, I get your frustration with that, but trying to say that it's the entire party when you've got one goddamn mayor that doesn't know how to conform, that's different.
Law enforcement is okay.
Yeah, I mean, you've got people shooting agents in streets and calls for others to do so as well. Greg, and you do wonder, where is leadership? Where's the governor? Where's the mayor of Chicago? Nope, this is what you're hearing. This is the city alderman. This is a Democrat alderman in the city, 22nd Ward, Michael Rodriguez, who's...
I love how they think they're approaching. There's probably like a handful of people here. One of these people have a camera, so they're part of the media. It's just kind of funny to me that these people think they're going to change something, and there's like maybe like 15 people here, and that's being generous.
Saying it's the agents who are causing all
And
the
it's crazy that I wouldn't doubt that like 3 months ago this crowd would have been double its size, but because of all the violence, rock throwing, people going to jail for it, of course you're gonna lose people because people are dying and no one wants to be involved with this anymore.
Listen here.
We were protesting peacefully when for no reason...
Chasing down the police in the middle of the street, holding their vehicles and throwing things at them is not peaceful.
The Gestapo let go of a flash band, basically a flash grenade.
Wow. I'll let you react to all of that.
Sandra, is peaceful
They let go. Oh, here we go.
protesting firing shots almost point blank at Border Patrol agents? Is peaceful protesting throwing bricks, rocks through the windows of law enforcement vehicles or ramming our vehicles? This went on for hours Saturday. I was there myself and saw it.
Thank you. Come on, guys.
But the Pritzkers, the Johnsons, they call us Nazis, jackbooted thugs, and now you're hearing that term liar come into the rhetoric as well by others.
And it's funny, because we have some massive breaking news from that. But yeah, no, this is the people that seem to just don't understand that it's a democracy and that Trump won the democracy currently. And that in 3 years, someone else will be up. Hopefully the Democrats have their shit together by then. This is massive, massive news. The BBC has stepped forward because of a leak saying that the Capitol March, the speech that Trump gave, was edited in such a way that made it seem like he incited violence. BBC News, British, was it like a British broadcasting channel, is under a lot of heat right now because of it. Rightfully so.
Has exposed a crazy, crazy, crazy lie.
This pretty much says that Trump did not incite the violence on January 6th. That it was edited, not the interview, the speech that Trump gave was edited in such a way that it was misinterpreted. That it was meant to be misinterpreted on purpose.
The BBC claims to be the pinnacle of...
Give me a second. This is massive.
They're lying. They're not. They're totally biased.
What if there was an internal dossier that revealed that wasn't the case?
I would believe it.
The Telegraph has seen a letter that reveals one of the BBC's own independent advisors repeatedly warned that the broadcaster had serious and systemic problems.
Uh-oh.
A week before the US election, BBC Panorama released a documentary called Trump: A Second Chance, and in it, they played the following clip.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
He never said that. He never said that.
But Trump didn't, in fact, say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart.
There you go.
So let's go through it again.
We're gonna walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're gonna walk down to the Capitol, and we're gonna cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
There it is. This whole time, they've been trying to pass this off as Trump inciting violence for the January 6th insurrection. And in fact, he never did.
Complete misinterpretation. Complete misrepresentation.
I'm not a fan of Trump. Never have been. I don't think I ever will be, because as far as I'm concerned, all he is a talker. But if you want my honest opinion about this, I think that the people that wrote this, published this, should be fired. They should go to jail for a form of political deviancy. Trump should sue the British Broadcasting Channel for billions of dollars. Because this is complete and total defamation.
Absolutely. Do you not remember watching this 3 minutes ago? Yeah, I am. It's split ones that put...
Different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later...
It's narrative creation. Yep, there it is. BBC executives resigning.
That he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
Walk down to the Capitol.
It's so disgusting how they operate. It's obvious. They're parasites.
It's almost 45 minutes.
Now, it's true that a lot of people will still feel Trump's claims that in 2021 the election was stolen were entirely inappropriate. And
I think they were inappropriate.
Of a figure in politics.
Yeah, it was bad.
But irrespective of your personal views on Trump, the question remains, how is a national...
If they were so inappropriate and so problematic, why do you need to create fan fiction in order to create the narrative for it? So, like, I have no problem saying that, like, yeah, Trump shouldn't have said the election was stolen and it was bullshit.
But he didn't actively go out of his way to essentially edit down a speech to make it seem like he had said something he absolutely did not say. Now, I keep getting this question quite a bit. Why didn't Trump step forward and say that's not what it said? That's not what he said.
Like, yeah, for sure. But, like, if that's the case and it's such a definitive thing, why are you making things up about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just simply show what the data is and show what actually happened? Rather than splicing it together in a way that's misleading.
Funded by taxpayers.
Twitter also deleted the clip of Trump when he called the protesters to go home. Now, in my opinion, how would I deal with this? Like, I think that people that do this should face serious repercussions.
They need to go to jail. You understand that this is massive. It's no different than burning the flag. It incites violence. It incites a riot. Sorry.
That it will provide impartial reporting, allowed to splice together content in a way that one of its own advisors said materially misled viewers.
It absolutely did. Absolutely did.
Absolutely, without a question. It was designed to mislead viewers.
Yes, it was.
And we're not even done yet. The footage panorama...
So in all honesty, Trump should have never been even a remotely charged for this at Jan 6th. It should have been the CEOs at the BBC News. That should have been the people that were brought up to the podium to testify. Or not testify, but to be in the defendant's chair. This is crazy.
Showed of the crowd.
How? Like...
boys marching towards the Capitol building, seemingly spurred on by Trump's rousing speech. Well, that was actually taken before he'd even addressed the crowd. In fact, the BBC themselves later published a report.
See? It's all about framing. Mm-hmm. This is what they do. This is what they do.
At odds with Panorama's own timeline.
These are the Proud Boys, another right-wing militia seen a little earlier that morning.
Out of your boy!
Donald Trump will not appear for another hour or so, but they're already heading towards the Capitol.
They even time-stamped the footage to show that the march began at 10:50.
But the thing is that Trump didn't even go to make his speech until it ended around 2 p.m.?
8 a.m., well before Trump's midday speech.
Right.
Yep. The true chronology raises serious questions about the way in which the BBC decided to portray the events of January the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the memo highlights that shortly after the first extract of Trump's speech, the now president actually said,
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices...
Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy.
The BBC.
Yeah, there it is. And this is the thing, is that January 6th obviously was bad, but I don't view January 6th as some kind of unique evil. Whenever you have all of these retards running up and harassing ICE officers and stuff like that,
At this point, it's worse than January 6th. Nobody actually got hurt during January 6th. Now the advocations for violence from like one side is so damn like it's so radical that people are now being shot and killed because of it. It's absolutely worse than January 6th. Oh, someone stormed a piece of property and then destroyed it and took pictures and, oh, woe is them. People are fucking getting shot and killed now. What the fuck? You can't even compare these anymore.
do you also have politicians saying that, oh, be peaceful?
What's crazy is that whenever this happened, there was a news article that was going around saying that an officer got trampled to death. The pussy-ass bitch died of a heart attack after he saw what happened. They had to reprint the entire article because they fucking lied. Twice.
Make your voice heard.
And that's not from BBC, that was from a different news person.
January 6th is just another version of that. It is. It was, and the Republicans did it once.
And the guy had a heart attack after everything. After the dust settled.
The Democrat people do it every single week, multiple times. So that's what happens. The BBC are state-funded media, by the way. Yeah, I know. I know. Like, I don't think people understand.
Yeah, I'm sure they were at one point. I wonder how many big wigs went up into that CEO's office and sat down and chit-chatted and lined his pockets with money. Come on, man.
How bad it really is.
You ain't got to change the face of the company. You just have to change the face of one person.
The advisor who wrote this report claimed Panorama's editing was completely misleading.
Of course.
As Trump
Oh, no, it absolutely was.
Explicitly exhort supporters to go down and fight at Capitol Hill. They even pointed out that this was a key reason why he didn't face federal charges for incitement to riot. The BBC...
And there it is, right there. Look at that. There it is. There it is, right there. But the way the BBC did word that speech, they should absolutely be facing federal charges.
His editorial guidelines and standards committee member who wrote this memo raised all of these concerns.
Would he get fired?
Among others, with the
He
BBC
should be.
executive, but they were dismissed, ignored, and even accused of cherry picking. But this,
and this is why you can't feel bad for these people whenever these CEOs lose their positions and power, because you have people that are lower than you going up to you and telling you that this is a bad idea, and then you sit there and you do that. Fuck you.
Thing is, you can't go against them because if they do, then they destroy your reputation and your career.
Yep.
That's
there
what
it
they
is. There it
this
is.
The first time we've seen the BBC criticised for selective editing. Cast your mind back to 2007, and you might remember a documentary trailer that appeared to show Queen Elizabeth II storming off in the middle of a photo shoot.
It will look better without the crown. I've heard it will look better, less dressy, because the garter robe is so...
From their agenda and their message. Create the message.
Value are the corporation's guidelines. Why should the BBC be trusted?
The guidelines are created in order to control people who they disagree with. Every rule is a weapon.
And where will face the same level of accountability that Peter Fincham did in 2007?
Worse. Should do worse.
They should. They should go to jail.
The BBC to decide. But if members of its own...
And then figuring out inside, look at all the internal communication, figure out the people that were okay with it all the way down the line.
Yep.
Fire every single one of them.
And then bring them up on federal charges.
Tell them that they're lucky it's not worse. That's what I would do.
Have it up for you here, where he has written to the chair of the Culture, Media and Sport Committee.
An intentionally created media apparatus that exists for the purpose of misleading you and creating a false reality in order to make you believe something that isn't true.
Yep.
That's the reason why. It's the same reason why when a games journalist brings up an issue with diversity or any DEI stuff, they are immediately met with hate and harassment from people inside of their field, because it's supposed to create a chilling effect inside of the space where nobody is allowed to talk about these topics. That's the reason why it happens, is that you have a propaganda apparatus that is voluntarily opted into, and for the people who don't opt into it, they are pushed out of the apparatus
and fired. Their reputation's ruined, so they can't get hired by any other company. It completely ruins their life.
So that's the reason why it happens.
Covered a list of stories, news, not the good news. Sometimes the mistakes are one-offs. Others may point to underlying problems. The job is never complete.
What?
It is only by identifying and highlighting these
What
issues.
a piss poor fucking what?
Implementing changes, the BBC demonstrates its commitment to continuous
Yeah, you never trust these people.
improvement. Now, he then says another view that has gained currency in the coverage, that the BBC has done nothing to tackle these problems. This is simply not true, he says, as well.
Oh, that's true. They have done things to tackle them. They've tried to suppress them as much as possible.
Yep.
By tackling them, you mean taking the problem and then minimizing it as much as possible so people can't see it. Yes, true.
My favorite thing is that now that this happened, you notice how nobody is talking about this, right? Nobody wants to talk about this because it proves that Trump really, I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bad person. I wouldn't say that he's a good person either. He did whatever he had to do to get into a place of power. I think we're all kind of guilty of that to an extent. Oh, but you're not, but I'm not like that, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, do you treat an employee that's under you like shit? Have you ever, used whatever you could whenever it comes to going to college and you have a classmate that's a little bit smarter than you and you get grouped together with them and they pretty much end up carrying it so you get a decent grade and you can move on to the next class? Everyone's guilty of this. Some of the most famous and rich people in the world are byproducts of this.
Over the 3 years that
Accurate.
Mr. Prescott was an advisor and internationally, this does not diminish
That's whenever I'll be like, okay.
context. The BBC Director General Tim Davie and CEO of News Deborah Turnus both resigned on Sunday.
Good.
After a
Damn.
leaked
Good.
memo that criticised a 2024 Panorama programme made by an outside production company about the US president, where they edited together two parts of a speech.
See, I'll believe that they care about this kind of stuff whenever you start seeing people getting prosecuted for election interference.
Yep.
That's whenever I'll be like, okay, all right, now they're taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Until I see Old Testament answers, everything is a lie.
Bring you the...
Now they are apologizing. Big fucking surprise.
There are some
Is there any more of this?
Error. That was blatant, bro. What do you mean an error? It was so blatant. How do you remove 45 minutes of footage? How many people did they have look that video footage over before they released it? Must have been at least half a dozen people. I'm sorry, not half a dozen. It must be at least 24, 50 people. Come on.
Yeah, this is the whole thing.
It's a blatant
named individuals
interference
throughout this.
Yeah.
We're working through this in real time, Katie. But there's some quite kind of strong views as to how things went wrong from the chairman's perspective.
Went wrong.
Well, they went wrong because you have people with biases that are trying to put them into the media. That's the reason why. It's obviously why. It's everything like this. And throwing them at dealerships. This is a Democrat problem. And the reason why it is a Democrat problem is because they have convinced themselves that they are fighting against Nazis. They've convinced themselves they are fighting against, how much they like Hitler. At this point, should totally stop purity testing, because left-wing people don't purity test themselves. And if you allow other people to create the optics for you, all you're doing is you're allowing your enemy to define how you lose.
Yep.
And basically, you can see how they had no problem voting for Jay Jones, right? This is a guy that fantasized about killing, his political opponent's children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to vote for that person and you're not going to have people withdraw their nominations from them, well, then I don't want to hear from you about how bad it is that somebody said something bad in a group chat.
Yeah, exactly.
You've just lost all of your right to be able to be any sort of moral authority on this
How
topic.
are you going to tell someone to do their morals and how they should think and feel whenever you think and feel a type of way? Like,
Period.
no, fuck that.
It's total bullshit.
It is. It's complete bullshit.
Particular. I mean,
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Oh man, we got another
Violence erupting.
there we go. We got another campus. Another campus is currently protesting. This wouldn't even be so bad if they would just stay peacefully protesting and quit blocking everything up. You're not peacefully protesting if you're blocking people who paid to go to college there. If you're blocking them from being able to go to college, man. You're not peacefully protesting, you're rioting.
Point USA event at UC Berkeley last night.
There's not even that many people
Just
there.
hours before the event began, leading to 4 arrests. But inside that event, comedian Rob Schneider and Dr. Frank Turek, who is Charlie Kirk's mentor, spoke to a sold-out crowd.
I'm never going to forget Charlie's lifeless eyes looking back right past me in that car. It's a life-changing event. Do you know what else would be a life-changing event? A man that predicted and accomplished his own resurrection from the dead.
Charlie's murder exposed
Yo, Rob Schneider.
a part of an ugliness that I have not seen. That there
It
can
did.
be no
He's absolutely right. He is absolutely completely based.
compassion. That there would be no empathy from these group of people says something about our more than our body politic.
The vice president of UC Berkeley's Turning Point USA chapter, Maddox Radaba, joins me now. Maddox led to several arrests.
And so as a result, you have, all of these people coming to support the event.
Hey, you did more for
as you can
the
see in
world than you
footage
have.
here,
You
protesters,
loser.
and I feel like that just naturally, increased the hostilities. And what I heard about the
You're
event
an
is that the
idiot.
people involved weren't students exactly, and that's kind of what we see a lot at these events. Is we see, Berkeley natives or people who are trying to rile things up come on campus and look to do so. That's as much as I know about the information so far, but I know that
You don't have to agree with this policy. I mean, well, not necessarily policies. He wasn't like in politics. He was, but he wasn't. But like, you don't have to agree with everything he said. But he just didn't deserve to die. Like, I'm sorry. That's how you cause hyper radicalization for a group of people.
local enforcement is looking into the fights that we see here.
Okay, so one more about these protests before we get into the actual event. We're hearing that these protesters surrounded the exits and started heckling all the attendees and shouting obscenities at them. Did you experience that? And also, what would you like to say to these protesters this morning?
Sure. Now, I will say that I didn't see hear any obscenities myself, but I heard about it secondhand from other people experiencing them. And what I would like to say to those protesters is that we would welcome you to come to our meetings. We would welcome you to talk to us while we're tabling on campus. We welcome you to debate us. You don't need to fight us. You don't need to yell obscenities at us. We are willing to have this exchange of ideas with you. And it seems, from the extreme cases, not that people are just willing to debate, but from, the things you see here, that they're just not willing to do so, and so they resort to violence, and that's something that we condemn.
Well, this was the last stop of this Turning Point tour. It took place 2 months to the day after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Featured 2 speakers that were very close to his heart, including his mentor, Frank Turek, and comedian and filmmaker Rob Schneider. What would you like people to know about the actual event and how it went?
Yeah, the event was amazing. It was a huge show of support, and I got to give it to Frank and Rob for just stepping up, because Charlie was supposed to come today, and on short notice for them being willing to, go into hostile territory and, a campus that's about 95% liberal and willing to, speak their mind, as well as everyone who had the confidence to come out in attendance. I commend them. And I also commend the people who, were maybe liberal-minded, but came out in the Q&A and
Got us up
respectfully,
for 5 minutes,
challenged
chat.
them on a, idea-based,
When I get into this, I always have a bunch of idiots
and
that say
so
stupid
that was
stuff in the
amazing to
comments.
see. That just showed, but at this event we
Whoa.
saw something completely different, and it really instills hope, and it shows how, after Charlie's passing, it was a terrible tragedy, but it also, instilled the level of motivation in all of us to step forward and carry on his legacy.
And that's exactly what you're doing. And I just want to read this quickly because it's from UC Berkeley. A spokesperson told Fox News Digital that the altercations did not take place on campus grounds, but did not elaborate any further. But we thank you so much for joining us, characterizing this last stop of this very important tour, and for having a big handle in putting this together and waking up early for us as well out there in California. Maddox Radabov, Vice President of UC Berkeley's Turning Point USA chapter, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm Steve Doocy.
Damn. What the fuck? Hold on. Where is what? I missed something here? What the heck's going on? Here we go. We miss anything else? Trump makes big offer to air traffic control. My party closed the line. Brawls. Stephen and Smith points finger at Trump. I love how nobody's talking about the BBC and how they falsified Trump's speech now. Oh well. I'm sure there'll be more stuff that comes out over the next couple hours. Hopefully we could figure out if they're gonna open the government back up or not. All we can do is wait now. So apparently Arc Raiders has a massive scandal going on right now.
Going to McDonald's.
It's massive. Could be detrimental.
You're going to McDonald's. I will send you there as fast as I possibly can. Arc Raiders is having a generational level of success. I think it's multiplayer game of the year without a question.
Just for context, people have absolutely lost it after Eurogamer gave out a negative review for Arc Raiders. Thus,
the same company that gave Concord a higher score,
massively tanking its review score, while right before it was one of the best reviewed multiplayer games ever. The reason? It's because the game used AI for some of the voice lines, something the voice actors themselves agreed to.
Demonstrates a lack of artistic integrity that I find impossible to ignore. More approachable extraction shooter than most, but Embark Studios' continued use of AI voice generation is a black mark. Why is it black? Why is it got to be black? What do you mean a black mark? Is he saying that it's bad because it's a black...
Damn.
Who are they hiring? Let's start with the obvious point that Arc Raiders is set in a world where humanity has been driven underground by a race of hostile robots. The contradiction between Arc Raiders themes and the manner of its creation is so glaring that it makes me want to scream. You made a game about the tragedy of humans.
and that's the guy that reviewed the game and made a 2-star review. I think it's 2 out of 5, but gave Concord a 3 of 5. Are you kidding me? All because of an AI. Bro, like, what a little pissant. Seriously.
Replaced by robots while replacing humans with robots. It displays a total lack of awareness, or worse, willful ignorance to Arc Raiders' own semantics. What a dick-sucking retard. Oh my god. I cannot...
Right?
It will be a wonderful day when I get to farm your company because they do layoffs. You know it's coming. Everyone knows it. The same guy rated Concord higher?
This is the reason why games journalist is dying quick. Games journalists are completely fucking fried.
Concord review.
Yep, the same guy gave Concord a higher review.
Retard actually rated Concord higher than Arc Raiders. I'm not kidding.
There it
Guys,
is.
This isn't a drill. It's happening right now. Concord's snappy combat and colorful characters' abilities makes it perfectly playable shooter.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Literally had one of the worst launches in gaming history. It lasted a week.
combat use of AI voice generation.
Again, the literal voice actors agreed for their voices to be used for the TTS.
We've got to get these people out of the industry. We do. They are activists. You're going to McDonald's.
So he gave our creators a lower review because of the text chat. You can text in the chat, and then the AI will automatically make the voice match the character's voice you're playing as. You understand how fucking stupid that is?
And you know it.
What an idiot. There we go.
Person who supported all night, your future step.
We'll go to this one instead. Let's see. Here we go.
Are banned from female competition at the Olympics following a review of evidence about the sporting advantages of being born male.
Here we go. It's about damn time. It's about time.
The new policy may also bar female athletes with differences of sex development, possibly including boxers like Iman Khalif. I agree with that. I do. The reason why
finally
is that women. So this is the reason why. I mean, this is obviously a huge W.
It is
100% the right decision. This always should have been the case. It is an embarrassment that it wasn't. But yes, finally.
What's insane to me is the fact that we even have this conversation. If you're a biological male, you're just genetically built to be stronger. If you're competing in Olympic style competitions, you are going to be not only stronger than, like, if you're a man, you're going to be stronger naturally than like at least 50% of the population. And then you decide to go into the women's sport? Like, come on, bro. No.
Common sense and reason have prevailed. So transgender athletes now are not going to be competing against biological women.
Thank God.
This is something that everybody should have expected, but some people denied. The world is waking up. Yes, it's absolutely common sense. The reason why...
And this isn't an American thing. It's happening all over the world. Like, come on. It's biology.
Different is because women's spaces and women's sports are defined because of the fact
they're
that
women.
They are basically weaker and smaller. That's the reason. So if you have men competing against women in almost every single sport, there's like 3 exceptions in the whole.
If I'm not mistaken, I feel like most of the world, like the heavyweight world, like the deadlift, overhand press, like the heaviest weights in the world are held by people like Brian Shaw and Oberst and oh man, I can't even, Eddie Hall. Like, those are all men that are like fucking giants, dude. They're huge. They're not even like people. They're like fucking brick walls. They're like massive. No woman is even going to be able to come close to lifting the amount of weight those guys can lift. It's not even a question. Like,
world. But other than that, the top 1,000 people will all be men. It will be 1,000 out of 1,000 men. That's it. And so, not true? Well, it is absolutely true. And yeah, ping pong. Yes, exactly. With exceptions. What exceptions? Long distance running, for example. Like, that's the first one I can think of. Like, extremely very.
Well, like, yeah, because like women are smaller, so they could be faster, and like they could also probably beat a lot of men in swimming as well.
Long distance.
Unless it's like Michael Phelps, because apparently he's like genetically engineered to swim.
Marathon running. Women and men are. Like, men probably come out ahead on average more, but there's much more parity with that. Go to the charts. Well, I am. That's what I'm saying, right? And gymnastics, yeah, sure. Doubt it. Well, either way, tennis, too? Well, no, obviously it's not tennis. I mean, even Serena Williams said it's not tennis. Anyway.
Yeah, the main person, the woman tennis player of the like world, the Olympic tennis player, said that it feels like it's at a disadvantage for her to go up against a biological male, because it's just not fair.
Obviously, men are better in sports. We all know this. They're bigger, stronger, faster, and everything else, right? So this is obviously a good thing. It's obviously a good thing. I can't see why anybody would complain about this. There are physical advantages for those being born male. Very crazy how something so obvious turned out to be true. Wow.
Jesus.
Wow, I can't look at this. Can you guys believe this? Oh my God. This is I would have never expected this. This is so weird.
Right?
So
Who would have thought?
Men are stronger than women. Wow. Men are stronger? Yes, it is. And Jorkin grip strength, yeah, the charts never lie. No, they don't. Well, at least this one doesn't. And so the last awards need to be stripped of the men that let women have another chance to reclaim the titles. Oh, this.
I do agree. I feel like all the women that were competing, all the transgender people that were competing in women's sports, they need to be stripped of their title and given to the second runner-up. All of them. They all need to be stripped of their titles.
Woman, yeah, sure.
And
Right,
and they can go and compete in something else. They could even make like a whole different sport, like the trans sport or whatever, and then they can compete against each other for that. That way it's more fair. Because obviously, I mean, they're not in the men's for a reason. So they could make like their own like trans sport or something like that if they really feel that much about it.
I think that's like a very like unique circumstance. Thank you to the culture warriors who spoke boldly the truth and prevailed. This is obviously something that should have happened. Everybody should have known this. It should have never even been a question. Let's see if I can watch this here.
This is a notable shift in position from the International Olympic Committee. Previously,
Thank
they'd left
God.
it to individual sports to decide whether or not transgender women could compete in women's sport. But now,
Yeah, I mean, I think that the reality is that everybody knows that this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that it's retarded and it's bullshit. The only reason why people put up with it is that there was a coalition of people that would systematically try to destroy your life in every single way possible if you took any oppositional role towards trans people being able to do anything that they wanted.
And now roles reversed. They're getting fucked.
Sky News understands that the International Olympic Committee is moving towards a blanket ban.
That's the only reason why this ever happened.
Yep.
Is that, like, you needed to have a total, like, think about this, right? These people took over the media. They took over the education institutions.
Gaming.
They took over higher education. They took over news.
They took over the government.
Entertainment. They took over social media. And even despite all of those things, the truth still prevails.
Yep. That should be a pretty big indicator. Like, seriously. That should be like a huge indicator that maybe you're not doing things the right
You
way.
cannot live at odds with biology. You
And the truth.
cannot live at odds with reality.
Yep.
And you cannot force everybody else to agree and comply with your delusion.
Thank you.
If you want to be trans, that's totally fine. But you can't compete against biological women in their sport division.
Thank
okay?
you.
I feel like this is pretty fucking reasonable, okay? Like, I feel
Like,
like...
even so, like, even if you wanted to be trans, and the thing is the idea that it's too easy to claim that you're one gender and cheat is there's too many what ifs in that scenario. And there shouldn't. It's. I guess, in lack of a better word, it is making something more complicated than it needs to be. This should not be complicated. If you're a woman, you compete in women's sports. If you're a man, compete in male sports. And if you're trans, then I'm sorry, but you got to pick one. You know, like you can either compete as a male or not at all. Or if you're a woman and you want to compete, see that's kind of the reason why you don't see very many. You noticed how during this. You never saw a woman transition into a male and then try to compete in male sports. You only saw the men transition into women and then try to compete in the women's sports. Doesn't that raise any red flags for anybody? Like, come on.
I'm a very reasonable average guy to say this. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell to say. So obvious. The emperor has no clothes, yes. Even with all of that put together, they still couldn't be able to. They still couldn't hold this back. Was this to help the melting pot? Well, I don't know about that.
On transgender women competing in women's events, we also understand that there's been discussions about reintroducing sex testing, something that existed in the 60s until the late 90s. Now, the IOC is...
It's kind of crazy that was around in the 60s. It is. It's insanity. Like, why try to reinvent the wheel? They keep trying to do this and they just keep failing.
Taking this decision or moving towards it because so many other sports are. Athletics, swimming, cycling amongst those who have decided to ban transgender women from women's events. Now, this...
You noticed how the coins aren't reversed, right? You noticed that. So, it's okay for a woman to transition into a man and then compete in male sports because they know that there's no fucking way they're going to get anywhere doing that. There's no way. I'm sorry. Biologically, you're biologically designed to fail when it comes to that. But it's completely okay if a man decided to transition into a woman and then go into women's sports. That doesn't, like, come on, bro. Come on.
Concerns about competitive advantages. I understand that last week ISC members...
It's a good thing this is over with.
Medical chief...
I'm so happy this is over with. The amount of mental gymnastics you have to fucking play to tell yourself that this is okay to do is outrageous.
And tracked at home. People are hyper-reactive on the internet and active extremely emotionally. Yeah. I mean, any rational, logical person would tell you that it's retarded that this was ever the case at all. And I'm surprised it's taken this long.
See Dr. Jane Thornton that there are advantages in sporting terms from having those physical advantages having gone through male puberty, and that's created concerns about the...
It's not even that. If you look back at the study that they showed, let me just go back and scroll. Where to go? I think it was on this one. Even at the very beginning, you're going to have men out-competing women.
Yeah, even, like, at the very start, they just out-competed, just straight up.
Like, at the very extremes, which is, like, again, this is one of the things that, like, yeah, even at the very beginning, men are going to be out-competing women. That's just what's going to happen. People are in such a war against reality.
Women's sport category. There is a new IC president.
Do you think there needs to be exceptions for competitors being allowed, like the woman with the biological defect that gives her higher levels of testosterone?
No. If you're a woman, you compete in women's sports. If you're a male, you compete in male sports. No exceptions. This is ridiculous. Like, so, like, in certain instances, I don't, let me think. How can I put this? Okay. It's like if you're a felon, you can't vote. Oh, but they didn't really do anything that it doesn't matter. They're still a felon. They can't vote. Oh, well, no. They're a felon. They can't vote. Like, come on.
I think that if you have a biological defect that makes you so, like, let's look at a couple of other, like, similar circumstances and then think about whether it makes sense or not. So, for example, think about a weight class, right? If somebody is like 7 feet tall, does that mean that they don't have to lose the requisite amount of weight in order to compete in, like, the lightweight competition?
Oh, thank you.
Because their body would, if it weighed that little, they would die? Do you think that we have to provide an opportunity for that person to compete at a weight that is appropriate for them individually, and then collectively make everybody else in the sport have to exist around that?
Exactly. That's why they have weight divisions. Like, come on. I didn't even think about the weight division.
No, obviously not. Obviously not. But is this something that, like, they were basically born into this, right? They were born into this. It's nothing that they can't control. They can't control this.
Yeah, they could just take stuff that will help with that. If you're a biological woman and you've got higher testosterone, you can do something about that. There are plenty of things out there that will help you.
Out it. But it's still a biological reality that in adding a person like that into the competitive field will put that person at a tremendous advantage, right? The needs of the many. And also, here's the other big difference, is that a lot of women, obviously, and this is just the case with anything, if they have these biological defects, they can still compete against men. But if you have something that makes you, in one way or another, a biological male in some cases, especially physically, then you are effectively taking advantage of the system. That's what's happening. I want to play basketball 5'9". Yes, exactly. Okay, but then should Shaq not be able to compete in basketball because he's taller than everybody else at birth? I'm just saying I can see it from the other angle. Well, no, of course not. And again, so you're talking about, like, so should really, really tall people be able to play basketball? Because, like, you know, there's like guys in like high school that are like, you know, 7 feet tall, right? They're like playing basketball in high school and they're just beating everybody. Number one, a very good, you know, I guarantee you that, you know, at like 15 or 16 years old, it doesn't matter how tall some other guy is. LeBron James at 16 would totally beat him, right? And LeBron James probably then was like 6'6", 6'7", right? So like still a pretty tall guy, but a lot shorter than 7 feet tall. But the difference really of what I'm saying is that a women's division is defined by its exclusivity. Men's basketball is not defined by its exclusivity. Weight classes in basketball, in boxing, are defined by their exclusivity.
Yep.
The Paralympics are defined by their exclusivity. So in places and in groups that are defined by their exclusivity, it makes a lot more sense to be more strict on who is allowed.
There you go.
Drawing comparisons like Shaq being really tall in the NBA doesn't make any sense because the NBA is not a place that is defined by its exclusivity.
Exactly.
Anybody can theoretically compete and play in the NBA. Anybody can do it that they want. Anybody in the whole world can play and compete in the NBA.
Yep.
But the difference is that women's sports
well, like, you could even break it down even more. Like, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of short people playing in the NBA. Do you think they want someone that's my height, I'm 5'6", playing in the NBA? No, fuck no. They want the fucking lanky-ass giant that's going to make a mid-court shot barely trying. That's who the fuck they want. Like, this idea that they were going to do all these mental gymnastics to try and justify putting people in places they don't belong is completely and totally stupid and useless.
Exist like because of the nature of them being exclusive. You know, Paralympics exist by the nature of them being exclusive. If you put Floyd Mayweather up against Mike Tyson, oh geez, I wonder who would win. That's why you have weight classes, obviously. I'm a 200-pound MMA fighter, but I identify as 120 pounds. Yes, exactly. And so if you're good enough, yes. Black's more, though? Well, what I'm saying is that if you're white, black, Asian, like they had Yao Ming, right? I mean, people say, like, oh, Asians are shorter on average. Well, that guy was like 7'5" or something like that, right? So the fact is that, and again, but he's able to play in the NBA and be just fine. And was he the best player in the NBA? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Because, again, being able to be really big physically, there are a lot of other things that you need to be.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, he was bad as fuck. I don't think he was bad, but like I don't remember him being like a great player. So yeah.
I mean, it's just a stupid conversation. It's such a stupid conversation. It really is. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Okay. We back. Boom. All right, let's see. Here we go. Boomers are out of touch with reality.
Then we have on the fascist, neo-Nazi. By the way,
we have had a massive crash out.
Then we have on the fascistic, neo-Nazi, radical right. And by the way, I'm not talking about constitutional conservatives. Not in the least. We're not on the radical.
Baldy is very upset.
All right. We're right in the center. And I don't mean ideologically. I mean, we're right in the center. We support the Constitution, the Declaration, the founding, and everything that was done to create this nation. How can we be right wing? Right wing of what? These people are not America first. America first isn't evil over good. America first isn't tyranny over liberty. America first isn't sounding like the Marxist, Islamist, anti-American Jew haters. That's not American at all. That's not America first, second, or third. No, they're aiding and abetting people who want to destroy the country.
What?
I'm so confused.
They want to destroy the country.
What?
You have individuals in that ilk, in that cabal, who talk up Hitler, who platform people who talk up Hitler.
How could you say that whenever you have people that are actively advocating for the deaths of their kids, of like other political opponents' kids? What the fuck?
That's what they do. That's true.
You have individuals who talk up Stalin, who platform people who talk up Stalin.
That's true. Hey, I've got the solution. Let's pretend like they don't exist. Let's pretend like they don't exist, and then they'll all just go away. They'll all just go away, and that way we won't have to deal with it, and everybody will be happy again.
You have individuals who defend Hamas as a political movement, not a terrorist movement.
Uh-oh.
How many people
I wonder who that could be.
have been slaughtered, Americans, by the Islamists?
Great argument. Let's keep killing each other.
Right?
That's a great... you know what? I never thought about it this way. Because something bad happened in the past, let's begin a war that will never end. Let's just keep doing this forever.
Islamists have killed more Americans, as Victor Davis Hanson so brilliantly pointed out in the Free Press, than any other entity since the end of World War II. Did you know that? When we were hit on 9/11, we took a bigger hit than we took at Pearl Harbor. Are you?
I guess. I mean, yeah.
There's a lot of young people
But the thing is like, we were in Iraq for like 20 years, bro. We didn't solve shit. The day we left, they took it over again. We solved nothing being there. We wasted so much time, so many people's lives, so much money. We solved not a damn thing. We should have just done Osama in and been out of that bitch. We never should have occupied it.
They're being brainwashed to the opposite. If Stalin had had his way, America wouldn't have even existed. But we're told, no, Eisenhower was wrong. We're told Churchill's the bad guy. Hitler's misunderstood.
I'm sorry for clearing my damn throat so much. I ran yesterday, and it's been like 4 days since I last ran, and it was cold out, and it completely fucking fried my throat. I don't know what the hell is going on, dude.
And these guys, they are desperate for normal, regular Americans to debate them. To debate what? They belong in a mental institution. The point is...
I mean, at least we can agree on something.
If you have enough people that are crazy, you've got a problem. You've got a problem.
Oh, no, like, America absolutely has a mental health crisis. one that nobody wants to address. I mean, they address it, they talk about it, but no one ever really wants to fix it.
And sounds like Asmund, yeah, and he's right about that. But if you have enough people out there that are nuts, you're gonna have to do like a purge or something, right? Like that's the only solution. Like, because if all these people are crazy and you don't want to argue with them, well, you're gonna have to either kill them or lock them up.
Despise them.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to use the cover of conservatism in the American flag to justify the unjustifiable. That is what we are facing right now in our country. The problem is these people, the neo-Nazi fascists on the extreme right, they're the weak underbelly of this republic. You know, the other side, they know what they stand for, they're fighting. They're bringing people into the country who agree with them. They fight assimilation.
Yeah.
They're trying to reach out to young people through Marxist propaganda, and we'll give you something for nothing. And they use Solinsky tactics. Rich people are bad. You know, get the Jews, get the Christians. The others, they want you to believe that you stand for them. Are you unhappy? Are you down on your luck? Aren't you sick and tired of what's going on? Well, join us. Join you to do what?
They have a pretty, a lot of those people, you might not like it, but they do have a solution. They do.
I mean...
Before, Mr. and Mrs.
What
America.
do you mean?
We've seen it in Europe.
It's pretty clear.
We've seen it in Germany. We've seen it in the United States in the 1930s, although it wasn't this bad. In the 1930s. Look at it this way. What do you think the founders of your country would think of these people who claim that they represent the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, that they represent the will of God, as pointed out in the Declaration, or the Enlightenment?
Yeah.
When they're siding with Hamas? When they're siding with Hitler? When they're siding with Stalin?
What about when they're siding with Israel? You think all George Washington and Benjamin Franklin would be like, oh my God, we love Israel? Like, what is the implication here?
Yeah, I'm confused on what this guy's trying to say.
What do you think our founders would think if they knew who Hitler was and they knew who Stalin was? And all? Who do you think they'd be siding with?
Didn't they have slaves?
I was gonna say, like...
I mean, what do you think they would think
for the majority of their presidency, they had a slave, like, or multiple slaves that would work on plantations for them. What are you talking about, guy? Like, what? You're trying to bring up the original, like, presidents of the U.S., and you completely misrepresent, like, what they did. You realize that they used to whip slaves, they used to own slaves? And like, if there was ever a time to invalidate your own fucking argument, like, holy shit. What? Bro.
Graphics of the country nowadays. They were racist as fuck. They only let white people vote. Like, making this argument to the authority, the moral authority of the founders, I don't think that really works. I don't.
Well, they clearly didn't side with the King of England, did they? The King of England wasn't.
They did horrible things to slaves, like, and you're trying to be like, well, how would they feel about this? How would they feel about this terrorist organization? You like, dude, what? Huh? Shut up.
Talking about now. And here's the other thing.
Here's the others.
These people I'm talking about, they trashed President Reagan, who defeated the Soviet Union.
There's a reason why I say they, not me, not us, nowadays, not us. They did terrible things. We've done nothing, and I'm not living for a fucking blood debt. Kiss my ass.
They didn't like him because he did the amnesty thing. That's the reason why they don't like him. It's pretty simple.
They trashed President Trump, who took out the nuclear sites in Iran. Our President of the United States, who's peace through strength, who's a very practical man, an incredibly patriotic man, they're stabbing him in the back, too. They try to steal.
And they'll do the same thing to whoever else gets into office, trust me. It's nothing special. They did the same thing to fucking Biden. They did the same thing to fucking Obama. They did the same thing to President Bush. It's gonna always be the same thing until the spiral fucking ends with the U.S. going in a big ball of fire. That is just a nation. That is our country at its finest. It'll always be flippy floppy. In 4 years, we'll have some new retard to get behind the podium and make a fucking speech and say they're doing all this for the country just so the rich people can line their pockets and fuck the poor people out of everything they own. That's all it's gonna ever boil into. Like, fuck this left and right bullshit. It's all about how these fucking senators can line the pockets of these corporations and how the corporations can do the same thing to them and completely fuck over and squeeze as much money as they can out of the lower working class people. That's all it ever is. When does it end?
MAGA, they try to steal America first, but these people are reprobates. They're reprobates.
Before it was racial and now it's political. When will it be class-based? That's the real question. When will it be class-based? That's when things change.
So here's the deal.
What's the deal?
The 250th anniversary is coming up.
Of the country.
What do we celebrate? Our great founders, the men and women who fought the Revolutionary War, who fought it for liberty, for sovereignty, for representative government, for what we now call capitalism.
Yeah.
They didn't fight it for
I
genocide.
don't give a fuck about these people that died like all these years. I could care less. I'm so sick of these fucking people. I'm so sick of these fucking people trying to use all this history to be like, oh, but we can't do that for this reason. Bro, we live in unprecedented times. Completely unprecedented times. We have AI that can literally do the same work that artists do. We have robots that have taken over assembly line work. We have wars breaking out all over the fucking world. Trump managed to, quote-unquote, suppress them, sure. I mean, well, maybe I'll give him that. We have the working class literally working themselves to the bone. Most of them can't find jobs because it's all taken up by illegal immigration, which they're trying to work on. Hopefully it actually fixes the problem. I doubt it will. It never fucking does. And then you've got these companies squeezing more and more and paying less and less on products out, like they pay less and less to get these products imported, and they're squeezing more and more and charging for more and more out of the American people. Like, at what point do we stop trying to be like, well, but George Washington back in the fucking hundreds, oh man, if he'd only see how it was now, but fuck the past, man. We're living in the present, playing for the future. Enough of this stupid shit. It's so irritating. Like, come on. God damn, bro.
You need to fight it for all these other causes that somehow have become popular.
What happened to the Native Americans?
What's the problem nowadays? What can we do to change it for the future? That's what we need to be doing. Fuck the past. We don't live in the past anymore. We live in the present. Move the fuck on. Tired of all these crusty ass old white men getting into fucking seats in the fucking like presidency or in the House of Representatives that have no fucking knowledge of online anything. And then they still live in the age of, well, then just don't do the things and then you won't fucking or get a better job. And it's like, dude, like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, people are coming out of college now with like hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt, and the career they get will never be able to pay that off. They've effectively put themselves into an indentured servitude. Like, what? Like, everything in our system is failing us. Our healthcare is failing us. Our school systems are failing us. Our fucking housing market is failing us. Our jobs are failing us. Like, and we got these old crusty fucks that are like, well, back in my day, whenever I made 3 cents and a house was $800, man, fuck you, old man. How the fuck you talking about what the fuck we dealing with right now and you don't even know how much a house costs? And even if you did, you lining your pockets with corporate money. The fuck?
This is our generation's war. It's a non-fighting war.
It's a war. It's a war that you guys want to keep, so that way you can keep making billions of dollars off of these fucking corporate companies. Of course. Oh, this war that's so sad, yet you do nothing to stop it. You do nothing to make these media people, these people like Fox News, ABC, MSNBC, and ABC7, you don't do anything to stop this. You know why? Because you fucking want it. It keeps you fucks in power with all your wealth at the 1%, and it keeps all the poor people fucking working themselves to the bone and cogs in your little fucked up machine. That's why.
It's more complicated because it's from within. Abraham Lincoln talked about the enemy within. President Trump has talked about the enemy within. Well, they're here. They're here on the
and they're running the country.
Left, and they're here on the neo-Nazi fascistic right. They're here right.
And if you don't address them, they will just get bigger and consolidate more power until they overwhelm you and they put you in jail. Because there are so many young people that are turning to extremism nowadays because the world has made them extreme. They live in a world of extremes. They have extreme wealth disparity. There is an extreme gap in power. There is an extremely little amount of money that they make while they simultaneously owe an extremely large amount of money. So there's like a world that they live in that is defined by extremes, but you can't acknowledge that. Until people acknowledge that, it's not going to go anywhere.
And it's never going to happen with these crusty fucks being the ones that are holding Senate seats. It'll never happen. They're never going to address it until we get a newer generation, our generation, into the Senate, into the presidency, into places of power. It'll never change. It never will. And even then, the people that are going to be going into the Senate that are supposed to be advocating stuff for us will probably end up changing their minds the minute they see how much money is being lined in the prior senator's pocket for just keeping their mouth shut, right? What is this?
ISIS-inspired Halloween.
Oh, it's the ISIS thing. So if you guys don't know, a group of ISIS-inspired... What the fuck just happened? ISIS-inspired people got raided by the FBI. They found, like, thousands of rounds of ammunition, guns. They found a lot of stuff. They stopped them because they were going to go out on Halloween and shoot up, like, the neighborhoods and stuff.
Carly, 3 Dearborn men arrested in connection to the ISIS-inspired Halloween terror plot known as Pumpkin, appearing before a federal judge, have agreed to remain behind bars. Those 3 suspects are next due in court next week. Joining me now, former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker. Chris, defense attorneys are arguing that these 3 Dearborn men were just engaged in tough talk, nothing more. Will that defense fly?
There's no way, dude.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is read the 90-page affidavit or several of the affidavits that support arrest warrants for some of these individuals, and you can see this isn't the run-of-the-mill group that just pops off in some chat room. These are what we've been afraid of lone wolves now. They had like multiple assault rifles. They had over 1,600 rounds of ammunition. They had like 4 or 5 handguns. They had shotguns, bulletproof vests. They had GoPros. They talked about in the Discord how they wanted to behead kids and put them on pikes like ISIS. Like, come on, bro. This is a lone wolf pack. And this is something that I think has been incubated, sometimes at home, and it's due to non-assimilation, for people who are first or second generation here in the United States, enjoying the benefits of being in the United States. And they have been rapidly and virally radicalized over the internet in an alarming way. And I think the FBI's got their work cut out for them. Their success is preventing something bad before it happens, not after.
This plot spanned not only the United States, but also the globe, but specifically in the U.S. We just mentioned Dearborn, Michigan. There were also those what are being termed the Jersey Jihad Yuppies. And listen to this. One of them, according to court documents, is angling for a plea deal that the United States wants in on. Both the U.S. and the defendant desire additional time to negotiate a plea agreement, which would render grand jury proceedings and a trial in this matter unnecessary. Chris, why would the Trump
Hell no, man. You fucking catch these motherfuckers for fucking terrorism and you interrogate them. Treat them as terrorists. When you want to sit here and you want to take American lives over a political terrorist regime, motherfucker, you're not a citizen. You just renounced your citizenship. They need to bring these motherfuckers to some chairs and like cut their fucking balls off and tell them you're gonna talk or we gonna kill you. That's what you need to do.
Jay, be so anxious to give this guy a plea deal. The only thing I can think.
You want to shoot up a neighborhood? You want to shoot up a neighborhood? Okay.
To get him to
let's rip his teeth out first.
Maybe this thing expands well beyond what we know now, and maybe the DOJ wants some more information. What say you, Chris?
I think that's true. I think that these arrests that we've seen over the last week or two have been, I don't think the FBI was ready to make these arrests. Their hand was forced by the Halloween plot that was revealed, and then a couple of them started traveling. They were going to the airports. The FBI was not sure whether they were ever.
Bro was going to the airport to go and meet ISIS. He was going to meet ISIS and talk to them.
Back. So I think their hand was forced. They've been at this for quite a long time, the Bureau has, and their partners. And this has been a sprawling anti-terrorism, counterterrorism investigation. And I think there's a lot there. They've been watching them for a long time, surveilling them for a long time, conducting wiretaps, camping out in these chat rooms, these encrypted chat rooms. And I don't think they were comfortable with knowing the entire scope of this operation. So it would make sense to cut one deal with someone who had good, strong knowledge of the entire scope of the operation, because we're looking at 8 people right now, but apparently there's a lot more than that in this network here. So we've got a little beehive of activity. We want to make sure we get the whole scope of it.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of times in the first inning of the game, the DOJ.
What day and age do we live in where we're making deals with fucking terrorists? Fuck no. Fucking interrogate those bitches, man. Hell no.
Let's cut a plea deal.
You can talk or we gonna rip every fingernail out of your body.
That is rare, so something unique is going on here. We will be watching. Chris Swecker, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That's crazy. I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley
That's
Earhart.
crazy.
And click here.
That's actually crazy.
For a new month filled with community. Yes, of course.
Hold on. Damn volume, dude. I don't know what's going on here. There.
It's November. Time for a. Yes, of course. It's November. Time for a new month filled with community meetups.
So they're really trying. So Twitch, if you didn't know, Twitch's last TwitchCon, which was last month, was a complete and total fucking. It was a complete total disgrace. It was a joke. Security got by and essayed a person, Emaru, on stage. They ended up doxing VTubers. Oh man, it was a joke. And now they want to put out more events. We could be single-handedly witnessing the death of Twitch.
I mean, really, why would you, the first comment, y'all got security this time? I don't want to die a virgin, so I'm how do you...
A lot of content creators that went to TwitchCon have decided that they're probably not going to attend another one. So I don't even know who would go to this.
Organize IRL meetups after the massive TwitchCon failure. Whoa, more meetups for stalkers and predators to go to. Everybody is shitting on them. Everybody is mad. Give up, you fucking losers. This is some other shit. Oh, God. How do you do this? Twitch and Dan Clancy got community noted twice, back to back.
For context, every singular statement by Twitch on the incident has been brutally community noted.
And then they lied about Emaru's situation and didn't even apologize. They didn't even use her name in the apology. Like, that's the crazy part. First, they tried to act like it never happened. Then they didn't bother trying to get the police involved. Emaru's agent had to beg them to get the police involved. didn't release the guy's name, and he gave him a 24-hour ban. But because of all the backlash, he finally got permabanned. The police got involved. They finally got the name. It's so stupid, man.
Lied on several occasions regarding the incident, letting the assailants go after the attack and withholding evidence from the authorities. This is incompetence. Yeah, and also, like...
I don't think it's incompetence. I think it's blatant malicious behavior.
And Clancy was out there partying the day that this happened, too. Like, how do you have this massive event happen and you're just out there partying with, like, content creators that are 40 years younger than you? It just looks really bad as a leadership position, right? I mean, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised that Amazon hasn't come in and done something about this, considering how bad it was. I mean, they have to know about it, considering they sent in Amazon security for, like, some of the other female streamers for the rest of the event. So, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It's just really embarrassing, the fact that, you know, they've let it get this bad.
It's only going to get worse. They're probably, whenever this thing comes out, it's probably going to be just as bad, if not worse. It's going to be bad, dude. There's no way it's not going to be bad. Hold on. Was it? This. I wanted to see this.
Explain why people have rejected the left? Well, what's this?
This.
Okay.
Even what you're asking me is the hardest thing in the world to do. I'll still try. But I want the concession and promise from you that after I'm done making my attempt, you're going to make yours. And how would you convert me to your worldview? Is that a deal?
Okay,
Absolutely.
let's listen to it.
Got to go right in the mic. Otherwise, I can't hear you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So here would be my pitch. My pitch would be that the society that you have created for us is fucked, and people hate it. They fucking hate it.
Yep.
And
True.
that's why you got Donald Trump. You got Donald Trump because people hate the fucking society that you feminists have made for them. And here's why.
It's because guys don't like being told what to do. That's the big reason. Fundamentally, if you ever have a rule...
It's funny that he says that, because I have a friend that got into an argument with my ex because she's a teacher. She's a teacher, and she didn't like the word retarded. And my friend has a retarded brother, and he uses the word frequently because he's also on the spectrum. Like, he was like, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't say, because the thing is like, I'm a part of the spectrum, not me, but him. He's like, I'm part of the spectrum, and his brother is part of the spectrum, right? And he's like, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't say because I have this disability. And even if he's like, even if I didn't, what does it matter to you?
System and a way of doing things that revolves around telling other people what to do. That's the issue. It's that women come into men's spaces, change them, and then make it mandatory that men's spaces accommodate them, while simultaneously never doing any of that themselves. They want to retain their privileges while also taking advantage of the privileges that men have.
Yeah.
So they want things to be equal, but not really equal.
For example, whenever women want equal rights, but when a man hits a woman, for whatever reason, no equality there, right?
Because they want to maintain the privileges that women have innately in society,
It's
right?
like, well, I want you to hold the door open for me. Like, they want you to be a gentleman and pay for everything, but at the same time, they want to be able to go out and get a job and do their own thing as well, which is fine. You can do that. No one's hating you on that. But if you want equality, they're going to give you equality. That means that the punch or slap that comes your way from a guy and you punched and slapped him first, I mean, equality, man.
And so don't tell me what to do, and I won't tell you where to go. Yeah, exactly. Right? And so that's not just me. I don't like being told what to do. Yeah, sure, right? It's like the same as like, it's like you can't say these words. You can't talk like this. You can't be aggressive. You can't like this content. You can't talk this way about, like some attractive girl, even though it's not even about her directly. It's like all of these rules that these people have created. Why would somebody want to live in a world where you're just getting henpecked to death for just trying to relax with your friends?
Yep.
Why would you want to do that?
I hate it. Because all the things that you consider to be freedom aren't freedoms at all. They're just taking away people's freedoms under the guise of freedom. For instance, if I asked you about gun control, I'm guessing that you would want gun control, right? Stricter gun control?
Mildly stricter in the sense that I think people with like significant mental health issues documented should probably not be allowed to have guns.
Curtailing gun control. Okay,
I agree with her, honestly. I think that they should do more to make sure crazy people don't get guns. Honestly, in my opinion,
I feel like if you've ever been to jail, if you've been to a mental institution and you have certain mental illnesses, you shouldn't be allowed to have a gun, period. Honestly, like, what are we doing here? Like, why should somebody that has been to jail for certain crimes have a gun, even if they're not a felony? Why do you need a gun? Like, you don't need to add death into that situation. That's a bad idea.
Go farther. If they're crazy, they shouldn't be in society to begin with.
They should
Lock
be
them
locked
up
away
in a padded room.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, put them in a padded room.
And
like,
if you're a criminal, and especially if you're a repeat offender, like doing like some pretty bad shit, like robbery or something, you should just be locked up and not let out. Period. We should have a 2-strike system where it's like you get away on the first try, but if you fuck up again, you instantaneously get locked up for the rest of your life. Enough of this like catering to these fucking criminals, dude. It's enough.
Or not. Let's get on my level. Should they be in society or not? Put them in a box. If you can't trust somebody to have a gun because they might go out on a shooting rampage, why the fuck are they allowed to drive a car?
Yeah, why think about it. Like, you don't even have to have a gun. Someone, like, there have been stabbings. Like, recently there was a stabbing earlier this year at Target that was stopped by a veteran with a gun. He had stabbed like 7 people or 11 people or something, and they stopped it with a gun. So, like, someone like that's that mentally unstable shouldn't be in society, period. They just shouldn't be.
Asylums, great again. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Freedom on the Second Amendment. On the First Amendment, during C-19, did you think that the government, it was appropriate for them to go in and remove what they considered misinformation for the good of the public?
Misinformation.
Yeah.
I don't have a solid opinion on that one.
Well, earlier you did, and it seemed like
you said removing misinformation, like going through and
yeah, they worked with tech companies to remove what they considered misinformation.
Well, that's not what we talked about earlier.
That's what they did.
It's different.
I know, it's not different.
It's different than we were talking about shutdowns, were we not?
Yeah, but the part of the lockdowns was that they were depersoning people because of what they considered to be misinformation.
That's
the government
true.
was
That's
working
what
with the
happened.
technocracy in order to do that for the
This
good
was a huge problem.
Of all people. And it's like...
I think that's a bad idea. Because, like, you can... I mean, I don't know. That's definitely a gray area because you have to be more specific. Is it what society would deem misinformation, or is it what the government would deem misinformation? Because that could be 2 different types of misinformation. That's the thing. Like, a government can classify anything as misinformation if they wanted to. So it's definitely a double-sided coin when it comes to that.
Guarantee you at the time, if I go back and look at whatever content you were making, if you were making content at that time, I don't know. But I can promise that whatever social media you had, you were probably very much in the we need to get rid of misinformation camp.
I don't really blame people for being in that camp personally.
No, yeah, no.
If you
but yeah, just the idea, yeah, no, we need to get rid of misinformation
in that
for
camp,
sure.
You could get banned just for not agreeing with them. Like, I saw people, like, for example, remember whenever Nick Merckx said that he didn't like the fact that they were trying to teach kids about gay stuff in elementary school, and then he got taken out of, like, Call of Duty's, like, program, and all of these other creators started attacking him, and they tried to cancel this guy however much as possible, right? And so, like, yes, blame them. Well, I don't blame people because I don't hold people to a high standard of critically thinking. I think that most people are fundamentally herd animals, and they're just going to give whatever opinion is going to be the most valid or useful at the very moment in time that they're talking.
That's why it's so easy for these politicians to make like bills and laws that act in the against the best interest of most people. If you've ever so I've been in this situation where, me being a poor person for most of my life, I've had the luxury of sitting down in front of some pretty damn wealthy people. And I've noticed that they all have this same tone of, they're going to be your best friend, they're going to soften you up, and then they're going to put this thing on the table that's like, well, you like shiny, like, for example, a person that I was dating was like, oh, her grandfather wanted me to move into an apartment. And I was like, I want a house because I can afford a house. At the time I could. And I was like, I don't want to move into an apartment. That's just stupid. It'd be cheaper to rent a house, to buy a house, you know? And he was like, well, you could move in and I'll get you all these nice shiny things and all that stuff. And that was after he, he tried to soften me up. And he's like, well, what if that's what she wants? And I was like, if that's what she wants, then she can go do her own thing. I want a house. You're not going to sway me against my own best interest because I know financially it would be cheaper to own a house, and it was at the time. And this was just before the housing market had like this huge bubble. And I noticed that it's very common with these people. I had another one that tried to sit me down because I asked him about stocks and stuff. And he immediately tried to be like, I can loan you some money if you want. And it's like, hell no. They're immediately going to try and act against your own best interest because they think that they are superior and you're the inferior one because they have money. But it's like, just because you got lucky or you managed to play your cards just right and things kind of sort of paid off for you doesn't make you any smarter than me. It's just that you did it in a time when it was way more possible to become wealthy. Period. Like, it just is. It just was. So they have this knack for acting against someone's own best interest naturally. It's kind of crazy whenever you deal with it.
About it, right? That's it.
Because all of you guys were. And so it's like, under the First Amendment, it seems like, the feminist and the progressive movement, which is basically a part of the feminist movement, does what it can do to curtail freedom there too. And it doesn't seem like you really want there to be much personal freedom, even if people say, look, I just want to live among a people group.
To give you an idea, we currently pay about $1,200 a month. For $300 extra a month, it would have been a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And that would have, the $1,400 would have included everything, including utilities. Because I had factored it all out. We already even had a house picked out, but things just didn't work out because I fell through with my job and everything else, and it's just turned into a mess. But to give you an idea, then the housing market blew up right about there, and then they were charging 7% interest rate, and I have a credit score of 730, and I'm like, dude, you're crazy. There's no way.
That I have a preference for and an attraction to. You're like, no, that's unacceptable, and you're a bad person for even wanting to do that. And there should be legislation that stops that. And there should be legislation which stops you from having your preferences for who you hire and fire and things like that.
I agree. Because it's racist. It's racist. Oh, it's not racist to every other ethnicity, but it's racist to white men. Cis white men.
I think that hiring and firing people for racial reasons can be a really big problem.
Yeah.
I think it will be a huge problem instantaneously. And the real issue is that I think that they do it now, but that the problem really is the double standard. It's that, for example, you can have these like benefits for, you know, hiring a minority group, but if somebody does this for a person that's white, well, now it's a big problem.
Yep.
So I think that the idea of removing race-based hiring is good, but when it's applied asymmetrically, it's not a rule anymore, it's a weapon.
Yep.
That's it. Big problem in Canada with Indian immigrants? Yeah, if people are hiring for like some sort of nepotism reason, then yeah, it's a huge issue. Absolutely.
I guess my biggest pitch to you would just be this. Like, it's really funny for me that the Christian nationalists get this rep that we're like fascist, dictatorial crazies who want to take away freedoms, and yet every single time I talk to one of you feminists or I talk to one of you progressives, and it's basically synonymous at this point. I mean, there's no progressives really who aren't feminists. There's no feminists really who aren't progressive.
That's true.
It just seems to me like the totalitarian nature of everything that I've seen has come from you guys. Like the C-19 lockdowns, the COVID passports, the wear your papers, that was you guys. The remove all of the information because the government doesn't like it from private websites and put pressure on them to do it, that was you guys.
This is what I always said, is that these people, you know, I say this every day, right? Is that these people don't want to not have a king. They want to be the king. They don't want to get rid of the police. They want to be the police. They don't want to, you know, get rid of social media. They want to control social media. It's again, they don't really, it's not that they're not against authoritarianism. They're against another brand of authoritarianism that isn't their own. Like, that's really what's going on.
The whole idea of you need to wear your state-sponsored piece of clothing, the mask, you know, that came from you guys. It's like all of the fascist dystopian things that I can imagine that Orwell was warning about and things like that. That doesn't come from us. That always seems to come from you guys. The people who are the fascist hunters seem to be the very worst at real freedom.
Here by any chance?
Well, hang on. Let me finish my pitch.
What the fuck
before
does
you
that
ask.
have to
Wait,
do with
what?
Freedom. Fascist hunters seem to be the very worst at real freedom.
By any chance?
Well, hang on. Let me finish my pitch.
What the fuck
before
does
you ask
that have to do with anything?
Very curious, Leo. What does that have to do
any
with
questions
anything?
about it, right? So, and it would just be this: that everything.
Look here. So, if you don't understand what's going on with this, so this guy is trying to portray her to, or persuade her, persuade her to be part of his side, right? So far, this just seems like a bashing. This doesn't really seem like he's trying to persuade her to do anything. This just seems like he's talking shit about her, which is okay, fine to an extent, but that's not what the original thing said. I kind of have a problem with this guy and what he's doing. I mean, he's making some good points, but like he's not doing what. And the reason why I say this is because it looks bad when you have somebody that's supposed to be in a position where he's at, not even trying to persuade another person, he's just bashing them. It makes no sense.
The thing we talk about is actually you curtailing freedom, not me. And everything that we end up ultimately discussing seems to come down to the fact that you just want to kind of engage in degenerate behaviors. And that's the only freedom you seem to care about, the freedom to promiscuously have sex and then have an abortion to take care of that if you need to, even if it's the case that by
I think you don't want the kid, just get rid of it. You call it murder, I say, okay, sure, do it.
I mean, let's be honest here. They got rid of most of the abortion places in every state. You know what the new abortion place is? It's called Kohl's. Lots of wire hangers around, okay? You're not going to stop people from causing an abortion. You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. What you're doing by doing this is you're making, well, I wouldn't necessarily making, you're giving people who already made a bad choice of having intimacy with somebody who's just going to leave them, make another bad decision by either hurting themselves or an unborn infant. And it's just all the way around not a good idea whenever it comes to someone else's body to try and put laws against them. I'm sorry. I'm pro-choice. They should have a choice. It's their fucking body. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. That's the one thing where I'm like,
that there would be less unwanted babies born.
You can stand in between and have the same opinions and opinions you don't like. enough of this, like, well, if you believe in all this, you have to. No, dude, fuck you. Jesus Christ, it's annoying.
I mean, if you know my worldview of like 50 other things, you realize that I don't really place a high value on a lot of people's lives. I don't. Like, I'm talking about putting everybody in jail. Like, really, is this truly a shocking viewpoint for me to have when I'm totally in support of bombing any of the boats, bringing over the stuff. I was in support of bombing Iran. I was in support of putting people in jail categorically for being crazy. Like, really, I mean, inside of my worldview of things, I'm in support of, somebody throws a brick at the cop shoots them, I think W. I don't care. Like, this is actually very consistent with all of my other beliefs.
Still think that we need to have that because people just need to be able to fuck if they want and be promiscuous if they want and have STDs if they want. It's like it always seems like the freedom that you guys advocate for is only a freedom towards degeneracy.
Well, it's a self-referential. They just want to do what they want to do. That's it.
And never actually about freedoms that are really intrinsic to the human experience.
You're forgetting red stupid. Yeah, basically.
And even more than that, I would just point this last thing out, which is, if you had a society where it was really full of more people like me, right? It was full of people who did take their religion seriously, and they took their family dynamics seriously. And they took the things that they were doing seriously in regards to morality.
I just don't think religion should be in politics or school. I'm sorry, dude. I believe there's a higher power, but there's way too many religions out there to be like, well, mine's the true one, dude. No. I'm sorry. It's just
ethics and how to treat people and not sacrificing the whole for the small percentage of fucking, LGBTQ people and this and that. How would the world really be a worse place? Objectively, how would the world that you live in really be worse?
I could easily come up with tons of reasons why having a religious theocracy or anything that's governed by a religious ideal could be problematic. I mean,
look at the religious crusades. There's plenty of things.
The fact is, Andrew knows this. Andrew's older than I am, right? Is that like the truth? This is a long video. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'll kind of address kind of what he's saying. Is that like I grew up in the era of like the Bush administration. You had the Iraq War, and you had the Satanic Panic. I think the truth is that right-wing and left-wing people generally want to tell other people what to do. They do. They want to tell you what to do. It just depends on who wants to say what. And that's the main problem, is that you have two different groups of authoritarians that are vying for control, whether it's McCarthyism or then back over to hippies and then drugs and then back over to, the 1980s, 90s and into the 2000s family values, now into, more of the, trans for everybody, right? LGBT, et cetera, stuff. And now anything is okay and everything is racist, except for things that are, happening to white people, which are okay. And now it's transitioning again. And now you're seeing people that are getting purity tested for being Jewish. Like, at the end of the day, we really need to accept that human beings just have this natural, like, people that seek power favoring or enforcing strict obedience to authority. Yeah, it's basically what I'm saying.
And what that became was a lot of student debt and a massive fucking racket. And college is not about rewarding the best in the...
What the fuck just happened?
If there was more Christian nationalists like me and less Charlies with your worldview...
Well, I wouldn't be able to go to school if that was, people's...
Women, listen...
Because, again, it was indeed feminism that,
Yeah, I've heard this argument a lot, but can I just point something out?
Sure.
That with this idea that women could be educated...
Could be educated, dude. That's kind of fucked up. Goddamn.
Right? All over the place, especially, by the way, they basically always were able to. They flew around with elites all over the place, especially early feminists. And they went abroad to study and things like this, but... What that became was women should get educated. And what that became was a lot of student debt and a massive fucking racket. And college is not about rewarding the best and the brightest, or not everybody could go. Okay? It's really right now, the degree that you have, an 8th grader 50 years ago knows more than you fucking know. Okay?
I absolutely agree with that. Like, it does feel like anybody could go to college and get a degree now. To get a degree, to get a master's, bachelor's, like, all you got to do is just go there and then just keep going until you get to the end, and then you're done. Like, it's not, they ruined an entire generation by telling everybody in school they need to go to college. They did. Because now everybody's in student loan debt and they can't afford anything.
About math, about social sciences. An 8th grader 60 years ago knows more than you do right now. And it's
really
like,
what you think?
Yeah, not only do I
guaranteed they do, but the reason why is because they had a deeper knowledge in fewer subjects,
and they also didn't have that No Child Left Behind bullshit. Like, the No Child Left Behind is a complete and total fucking joke. It's an absolute joke.
So you learned a lot about like Roman history. You learned a lot about, like different types of European culture, but you didn't learn about, 50 other new things that, you're being taught nowadays. So yeah, it was less spread. So yeah, you had a deeper understanding on fewer topics. It's easy to understand.
I think that if I gave you a test
sure,
that an 8th grader would have 60 years ago, you would fail it with your college degree. And the reason for that,
I think also 8th graders would fail tests that they give 8th graders today too, because the curriculum is different. People are just being taught different things.
It's because
and also another thing too is that back 50 years ago, and this is what I said before about how they should take the bottom 10% of kids out of schools that are stupid and then put them into work programs. And you should just probably start doing this at like 5th grade or so. And because there's just some people that are just stupid, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have an ants in an anthill. Like, not every ant is going to be the smart ant, right? There's going to be some ants that just bring the rocks from point A to point B, and that's it. And so the fact is that one of the big problems with American education is that it's curated to appeal to and to cater to the bottom 20% of educated people and people's intelligence. And really, if you create a education system that caters to the bottom 20% of intelligence, you're going to have a system that also does not engage the top half. And so that's the problem with, I think, the education system is that you have...
what he's talking about is that the dumbasses, the entire school education system is catered towards dumbasses. And it's not hard enough for the people that can take on more knowledge. So we're literally cultivating an entire society of stupid morons like that. There you go.
Let me ask you a very simple question, right? When you were in school, if you removed the most annoying 5% of the students in that school, what percentage of the problems in the school would go away? The bottom 5%. 99%. Every single problem. There it is. There it is. Everybody knows that this is the problem. Everybody gets it. So I'm the only person that says, what about the other 95% of people that are trying to, or 80% of people that are trying to learn, trying to improve themselves, and not causing problems, that have to live in a contrived system because we refuse to discipline the bottom 5%.
Yep. There it is.
Really? You think about it. Everybody else is being tyrannized. We have to go to Costco, or not Costco.
What really kind of drives me up the wall is, like, they have, like, a lot of these high schools and some of the other lower graded schools, they have this, like, campus, this compass or whatever, it's like compass, where it's like a different school for problem kids, right? So if you fuck up enough, you get sent to that school. Why the hell do they get that? Like, and what's crazy is that the kids that end up over there, they like it more than the normal classes. Wait, what? Come on.
Yes, or in Walmart, and asked to fucking talk to a manager to unlock a jewel case to buy underwear. What the fuck are we doing?
Any fucking education at school, you got a lot of student debt at school.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you ended up with, because it's become a giant racket. And if it was really about the best and the brightest, then not everybody
Do you know
could
what
go.
No Child Left Behind Act is? Yeah, I abused the fuck out of it because it said you could only get a 50 in a class, and so
They need to get rid of the No Child Left Behind. They need to get rid of it. It is hurting schools. It's hurting society. You're passing dumbasses.
Get a 90 in a class, and then I just wouldn't do anything for the next period, like the next grading period, and I'd get a 0, but it would have to get rounded up to a 50, and a 90 and a 70 or a 50 would average to a 70, and I'd pass the class. So I only really had to do half of the work I only had to do effectively 45% of the work in a class in order to pass the class, because of that system, and I just min-maxed the fuck out of it. Like, my dad would be furious. Like, I would get like a 93 in a class, and he's like, great job. And then I'd get a 53 the next fucking 6 weeks. He's like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to pass anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh. And maybe everyone shouldn't go, because it's really for most of it, the stuff that you learn in high school.
1455.
Right. Now, why is it that
crazy.
every high school educated person I come across seemingly is just as intelligent as every college person I come across?
That's an interesting perspective.
You know what's funny is that I think he's right. Whenever I was going through high school, I felt the same. And then years later, like at least 5 or 6 years later, whenever I decided to go to college to become a firefighter, I noticed that a lot of the students there are almost the exact same as high schoolers. Like, there's literally no difference. Like, why is that even a thing?
A similar experience in my lifetime.
Well, it's because college education is highly specialized. So obviously, if you have a college education in neuroscience, you're not going to appear more educated in something like economics. Like, I mean, it's like such a simple answer. Like, why do they bring so many morons onto this?
And I don't. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't. The guy's making good points, but his points aren't to bring her and talk and make her move to a different perspective. The way he's doing this, it's more of a bashing. It's more of making fun of her. I don't agree with that. I think this guy's not very good. The whole point of this is to try and persuade her to be on his side, but like all he's doing is bashing her.
It's right, elitism.
Yeah.
I do, I grew up in an educated household, but I was also primarily raised by a very conservative father who was also a doctor. So was my grandfather.
And was your conservative father a dummy?
No.
Then why was he conservative?
Because it benefits him personally.
So he was just immoral.
For pursuing his own ends, I don't know if I would say that.
Of course it is. Pursuing his own ends, that's the reason why people steal. How could somebody
if
say
your own
this?
father was immoral or not? You're not quite sure?
No.
Like, I could say easy, like, because I remember I asked my dad, because my dad, again, like, you know stories. And I said, well, you know, Pa, like, one of the reasons why, didn't you just steal stuff because, like, you didn't feel like it was fair? And that, like, they had it and you didn't have it? And, like, it wasn't like, he's like, no. He's like, you didn't steal it because, like, no, I stole it because I wanted it.
Yes, sir.
It was free. I wanted it. And, yeah, that was the reason. Yep.
Damn.
I mean,
well, there you go.
Unlike all of us here,
That's
my
it.
dad is responsible for saving thousands of lives. He's put out a lot of good in this world.
And would your father
he will
agree?
leave this earth with a clear conscience, no matter what his beliefs are.
Can I ask you this? Would your father, who saved all these thousands of people, agree more with my worldview or yours?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, shit.
I'd imagine it would be more with his.
I think he would find your worldview strange.
That's not what I asked. I didn't ask if he would find it strange. I asked if he would agree with it more than yours.
More meaning more of his ideals
Yeah,
match.
I wonder, right?
I don't know enough about your worldview, I think, to agree or disagree, but I think that he'd be...
How about his political alignment? Would his political alignment line up more with mine or yours?
What is your alignment politically? Like, what do you want the government to
far right
to look
wing?
like?
Yeah, far right wing conservative. You could say my political alignment would be something more akin to limiting suffrage, to people who getting it back towards what our founders had. Some other things would be like fiscal conservatism. I have a belief in that. I have a very strong dislike for socialism. Have a very strong dislike for communism. Have a very strong dislike for eliminating people's access to capital, which I know brings more people out of poverty than any other single system on planet Earth. Like, would he agree more with that type of stuff? I have a strong preference against mass migration, and I think the government should be doing more about it. I think that we should lock up our southern border. I think that we should do a lot more when it comes to deregulating gun control.
I disagree with that. I think we should just put the crazy people in the crazy box.
Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of gun control. I think it's a matter of just making sure that psychos don't get guns.
Would he be more in line with that?
I think that my dad is he skews libertarian more than anything. And I think
well, libertarians are definitely going to like that more than your view.
I think your proposal to limit suffrage, I think would
libertarians love that idea generally.
He didn't say I did agree with everything. He said mostly agree. Would he mostly agree with him or you? It's a simple question.
Based.
Limiting access to voting?
Absolutely.
Limiting people's individual freedoms
Well,
and
wait a
powers?
second. That's not limiting their freedom. What it's doing is stopping...
Taking away the right to vote?
No, it's stopping you fuckers from collectivizing and becoming tyrants. And that's what you've done with the vote. You've collectivized and become fucking tyrants, a tyrant of the majority. A tyranny of the majority, a slight majority.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, think about it this way. In New York, it was illegal to ask for voter ID. Like, think about that. That's crazy. Since when? You have to be a citizen to vote. Like, what are we even doing here? So you mean to tell me that an illegal immigrant can vote, but a felon can't? A legally born and raised felon can't? Like, a U.S. citizen? Like, come on. How does that make any sense? They both should be able to vote.
Completely true.
Free anybody? Who are you freeing with your fucking policies? Like, how are you making our lives
the power
better?
that the executive branch has now. I mean, like, the executive branch is the strongest it's been in ages. Like, what do you?
No,
think
it's
about
not. It
tyrants?
has less power than it did under Jackson. Significantly
Okay,
less
I
power
said
than it did under
recently.
Jackson.
How could it have so much power if Trump keeps getting his stuff deleted? Yeah, I was looking for a photo. I can't find it. I was going to link.
Well, my favorite thing is, like, how does he have so much? He literally controls everything, and they can't even bring the government shutdown to an end. Like, come on.
A photo of some of the... A lot of the founding fathers also agreed with this, by the way, that they don't want to have a tyranny by the majority at all. And it's a huge issue.
By the way, can I just point this out, right?
So
when he's talking about
she's
Donald
about to
Trump,
crash
he has
out,
the same
right?
exact powers that the president Joe Biden had before him. The same ones. He doesn't have a single additional power. Not a single one.
She getting ready to crash out?
The bullshit that the Supreme
That is
Court
true.
ruled.
That is true. Trump has done more in his term than Biden did in 4 years, in just a year. Like, they literally have the exact same amount of power.
That he cannot be held responsible for specific illegal acts that he committed.
Yeah, well, look, this was early understanding of case law with the president, is that
And
you're
you
not gonna be able
can't
to-
say that the Democrats didn't have their chance. They had 4 years of a chance, and they fucking jerked off into a napkin and called it a fucking 4-year, like, 4 good years, I guess. I don't even know.
allow states to prosecute the president of the United States, or else a state.
Well, they should have just done that in the Civil War. If they could have just prosecuted Abraham Lincoln, this could have saved everybody a bunch of time, right?
Just upset.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, fuck this. Like, what do you mean you're going to take away? No, we're going to put him in jail.
Opposite. A state that's upset at the president could bring him in for bullshit, trumped up charges, and he's the federal executive. That would create a constitutional crisis. Literally overnight, it would create a constitutional crisis.
I mean, obviously.
We have diplomatic immunity for diplomats. They come in and commit a crime. We can't put them in jail. Even though they committed a crime, we can't put them in jail. They have diplomatic immunity. Our own president doesn't have immunity from state prosecution. Yeah, he kind of has to. Otherwise, California Governor Newsom right now, would bring him up on charges of treason if he could, and would try him in California under the state code if he could. He would do that.
Yeah, he would.
Love that. I hope.
Which is exactly. See, the girl saying this. This is what I've always said. Exactly what I've always said. Do it to them before they do it to you, because they will do it to you.
In a heartbeat, they would.
That is
running the government is all about crushing your political opponents under as much weight as possible. Taking away every single point where they could get you, and then trying to get them is always how it's been. Always how it's been.
Exact point. Always do it. Always destroy your enemies completely.
Yep.
If you leave anything left, they will recover, consolidate,
and be back with vengeance.
Seek revenge.
Yep.
Every single time.
That's what they do.
Okay, well then guess what? If that's the case, then why shouldn't the president have the ability to do that to Gavin Newsom?
He could. If he wanted to, I don't know, start a case
But it's not. Oh, holy shit.
Against Gavin Newsom.
No, I'm saying, why does the federal authority not give him the purview to do that? For the same
charge
reason.
him on a state level.
To charge him at a federal level. He can't just be like, oh, he committed treason and go charge him.
Yeah.
You can't have the state charging the executive branch. You can't have them doing that.
I think you can.
No,
I think it
well,
should
not
be
only
so.
can you not, the Supreme Court even ruled you can't.
I think you should be able to. I think that's ridiculous. I think
Oh my God, dude,
hold
you're
our
not.
leaders
great.
accountable and
You would
not
end
put
up-
too much power in their hands, because I am against authoritarianism.
Okay, so let's.
So wait a minute. You're against authoritarianism, but you just thought it would be a good idea to put the president in jail?
I love that these morons use authoritarianism for everything. Someone broke the law 23 times. Well, we can't keep them there forever because we don't believe in authoritarianism. Motherfucker, like, you break the fucking law, you go to jail. Come on. God damn, that's irritating.
Oh, God. Okay, now she's... Okay, so you can tell now she's mad. Now she's actually mad.
Mm-hmm.
Say California does that.
Hell yeah.
They say, hey, we're going to go ahead and bring up Donald Trump on, and he needs to appear in court.
Here we go.
How does California enforce that?
That's a good
They
question.
don't. That's how.
In this day and age, I don't know. That gets tricky. I wouldn't trust Donald Trump to.
Are they going to send California agents?
What does Donald Trump have to do with it? How are they going to enforce it? How is the state going to enforce that? Whenever the entire U.S. Army, the National Guard, and the entire Marine Corps, not to mention the Navy, are all under the president, the commander-in-chief's fucking rule. How is a state going to enforce that? Come on.
That's the president of the United States.
Yeah, how's this going to work?
We could send the National Guard and start a civil
No,
war.
you can't. No, you fucking can't. The National Guard is owned by the commander-in-chief. No, you fucking can't. You're dumb.
National Guard. You think about the word you just used.
Again, it's even if it's not the commander-in-chief's direct ownership of those branches, it's still the federal government. Who the fuck runs the federal government? Because I know I'm going to have somebody that's going to be like, Donald Trump doesn't own them. Motherfucker, he runs the federal government. The federal government runs all the military. Come on.
Oh, God.
Our National Guard. The California National Guard. But that would be treason.
Where do you think all that where do you think all the funding comes from? Where do you think the funding comes from to fund the courtrooms in the state? Where do you think the funding comes from to fund the National Guard in the state? It comes from federal funding. You fucking idiot.
I'm going to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you.
Okay.
I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know.
I want to see
her
her crash
But the reason is
out.
not because I'm not a great orator.
This has been going on for
or
a
I
while.
don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly, you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you,
Bro, how are you going to bring up his wife? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Bro, what does that have to do with anything? She's just trying to get under his skin now because she can't. You see people do this in comments of videos too. Like, if you have a solid argument for something, they're gonna like try to take on like how you word something or how you like type something out and you used incorrect spelling or you misspelled something. That's the first thing they're gonna attack. It's like, dude, like, what does this have to do with politics?
You lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're
mean?
a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your
What's
fucking
sniz?
mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm
daddies.
sorry, dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you
What's
try
this?
to...
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred against...
Do you the women
they,
that
like,
you try
convince
to?
them that they shouldn't,
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring...
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years
That's
older?
kind of crazy that she tried to go with a personal blow because she had no actual argument. That's kind of crazy. Now, he's being fucking stupid by even trying to cater to this. Seriously, like, I get his frustration and anger towards it, but, like, whenever you fold to somebody that's going to come after you morally, you show that you give them power. That's what you do.
Did I bring any of
He
your...
did. He got so mad. I think that getting mad like this does make you look like an idiot. I think it does. I think it makes him look bad. Because you're now, like, I mean, bringing up, like, his wife or whatever, you know, like, I mean, you did bring up her dad, and you're asking about her dad. I mean, I don't know. He's
Family and anything?
Stupid.
Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
What you're doing, which is immoral?
Yeah.
I think that you have been complicit in convincing young men that...
No. My family dynamic. What am I doing? Being
Oh,
married
he's
to my
getting-
wife?
this is personal.
Then why? So then,
Yep.
Under my
so all
worldview,
you did.
that's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. All you're doing is saying. So Chuck,
He's
should
actually
I be-
shaking.
should-
Look
so
at his
wait, so
hand.
wait,
He's
Chuck,
mad, dude.
all
He's
you're
pissed.
doing is saying,
He's shaking.
So Chuck, should I be? Shouldn't you actually be saying that, Andrew? You're doing a good thing. Hang on, Charlie. I just want to make sure I got this right.
Huh?
Am I doing a
Jesus.
good thing? Am I doing a
By
good
what?
thing?
Do you think your wife is a charity case?
By taking care of children who weren't mine? Was I doing a good thing? Whose fathers abandoned them? Was I doing a good thing?
Yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well then, Chuck, why did you use that as a form of personal attack on me? Even though you think I'm a good person doing a good thing.
I'm convincing you of my...
Whenever you can make somebody mad in an argument,
You already won the
it
argument.
looks like they lost.
Yeah. That's the issue. Is that because once you get angry, you lose all rationality. You stop thinking and you just want to act emotionally. And that's how you lose an argument. Like, he is going to lose this argument simply by being that way. He should have went to like maybe an intermission or like a pause and taken like 5 and just got some water, used the bathroom, done something that would have made him calm down and then come back to this. Because he's not in the right mindset to continue this right now. He's just going to make this worse.
Whether they lost or not, it doesn't really matter. If you can make them mad, it's going to look like they lost.
Yep.
My worldview.
And you know why? Because if you can sit there and make them curse and look like they're angry or like they're just irrational in some form, everything that they said goes out the window. Because they can't even think rationally enough to bring themselves down out of an emotional state.
Chuck,
Under my worldview,
I'm a good person.
you can marry your wife and no one would judge you. And you can raise the children that aren't yours and no one would judge you.
No, they would
But
still
under
judge me,
your-
Chuck.
Under your worldview,
Yeah.
that would not be so. Christian nationalists,
Yeah,
divorce
what about
isn't
it?
even acceptable.
Do you understand what Christianity is? Do you think
Yes,
that?
I was
do you
raised
think?
Christian. Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Protestant.
Yes, I was.
Of course. See, this is
You don't.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
because the Protestant spirit is still in you.
Oh,
Oh,
it is.
God.
It hasn't left, man.
Is the Catholic
Oh,
spirit
no.
still in you?
I wasn't raised Catholic.
Then what are you talking about?
I was
What?
raised
How?
Protestant.
Okay, you were raised Protestant.
So they were both wrong.
So why would you fucking criticize me for that?
It's the thing that Protestants
Yeah, they're
do when
both
they
wrong.
convert
Okay.
to like Orthodox or Catholic is they get really into the idea of
Yeah.
like
Hey,
How's it going, in production?
into the idea of rules.
Doing
and
pretty
shit.
good. How about you?
Abortion?
No.
Never. Would you?
Yeah.
Watching this
kill your own
dumpster
kids?
fire
Why
of a
am I gonna take moral
podcast.
advice from you.
You don't have to.
I'm not
Why
going
would
to.
I take moral advice from you?
So you're
I
trying.
think that you
yeah.
lie
So all
about
you.
your worldview.
Okay.
I
Which
think
part?
that you-
Which part am I lying about?
Jesus Christ, I'm so sick of watching this. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
thank
honest.
God.
This has just been going on forever. This is gonna go on for like pretty much fucking forever. I'm so tired.
I would like to see she seems really competent. She knows how to get under people's skin. I want to see somebody like Asmund debate her in a way that because like you can say shit to Asmund that will she can attempt to get under his skin. It ain't gonna work. This guy was too easily moved. He lost his argument simply because he didn't keep his cool. Okay, we got one more video and then we're rolling up out of this bitch. One more video.
What's going on?
Yeah, the guy hit me. He just got up off the ground.
So check out Midwest Safety, Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety always has great videos. Please go check out Midwest Safety.
No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, man. Hey, stay over there. Take a seat. Sit down. Sit down. Sit in your car. Sit in your car for me.
Jesus.
The male in the blue sweatshirt up front with the black hat's gonna be our other individual. All right, man. What happened?
Dude started tripping about his lottery tickets. He only won $15.
Okay.
The $15 went against his total. Then he started screaming at me. Told him to calm down.
Bro, he yelling so much he's out of breath. He's yelling so much he's out of breath.
He called me a bitch. I screamed at him back. He swung on me. I hit him first before he hit me.
Okay.
Then I came outside to leave, and he came at me, attacked me right there, drug on my hat, and threw me on the ground and my head hit the concrete. I'm going home.
Hey, hang on, man. Let's figure out what's going on.
Man, I don't care. I'm going home.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
He can have this.
You got your ID on you?
I'm going home.
Well,
No,
if he swung on you
I do
first,
not.
we're gonna charge him, man. Chill. Do you need an ambulance?
Probably.
Do you want one?
Yes. The back of my head is pounding.
By the way, his erratic behavior right now and the way he's talking to the cop could be because he's got some form of head trauma. So, like, you got to be a little lenient with him the way he's talking right now, because if he got his head hit on the concrete, he could have cranial swelling. There could be he could have a blood pocket that's swelling in him. Like anything could have happened. So, like, if he's acting erratic, it could be because he's got some form of a concussion.
It slammed on the concrete.
All right, man. Just take a deep breath.
He
All right?
put his damn hands on me. Him.
18. Can you start at 29?
Recording.
What's going on?
Black guy. He's a piece of shit.
What's going on?
I went in there to get my shit. Went in there. I had $15 off in lottery. He scanned them, put them in. I got two $10 lottery tickets and 2 packs of cigarettes.
Okay.
$30. $35 minus the 15 is 20. He was charging me 50. Then started screaming at me. I called him a stupid. He smacked the plastic thing, smacked me in the face.
I would never apologize for
Oh, interesting. The story's completely different now. Very interesting. So we've got two different stories now. I wonder who's lying.
All right, man. What's your? I'm
Two
not
stories.
saying that.
I bet it's this guy. I bet it's this guy. Something tells me it's this guy. Because of how he's acted towards the police, it's always the person that's acting the most erratic that is usually guilty. I think it's this guy. I think it's the store owner. I do. I absolutely think it's him.
Now he want to be a call the police, but when he was up here screaming and hollering at me, motherfucker told him to leave the store 5 times.
All right. What's your social?
Why are you asking me my social?
Because I gotta know who you are.
You got to investigate.
What's your name, man?
You do realize that just because you call the police doesn't mean they're not going to investigate both sides, right? Not to mention that place probably has cameras, so there's a good chance that whatever happened was recorded. So they're going to figure out who started swinging.
Running his mouth, running his mouth.
I will say that for somebody who got slapped, because that's what this guy said, he said he got slapped, his nose is bleeding. You can see the blood on his nose. So unless the dude missed and hit his nose, it kind of looks like he might have gotten punched. So at this point, I don't know who's lying. But somebody's lying.
He come out, got in the back seat of his car, got his tire iron out, walked all the way over here. He took a step, I hit him. If you want to arrest me for that, good luck. That was self-defense, him coming from the back of his car, outside of the office, to the back of his car to here. So he's lucky he doesn't have a bullet.
So this dude came in talking
I agree with that. If that's actually what happened, and he had a tire iron, I like, if that would have been me in that situation, I'd have shot and killed him. Like, he'd have been on the ground begging for his life, and I'd have killed him. I wouldn't have cared. I'm sorry, dude. Like, you want to sit there and bring out lethal force? Let me go bring out some lethal force. That's just me, though. I don't recommend that for everybody, but, like, you ain't about to, like, especially if he started it. If that guy started it and hit the dude first and then went out back, grabbed the tire iron, and was walking up to me, I would have done it without hesitation. Because you already assaulted me. You already hurt me. Why the fuck would I have hesitation towards you? No. Absolutely not.
$15 for a lottery ticket.
And this is all over 15 bucks.
This off. He's saying this guy swung first on him. Ended up coming out here, got on the ground. He busted his head off the ground.
Something is wrong.
So tell me again how this all started inside.
I went out with my 2 lottery tickets. They were $15 worth of.
By the way, I can say that in Texas simply because I'm in Texas. We have the stand your ground. It doesn't matter how many times I'm like, well, I would do this. I promise you that if I was in this situation, I would probably have done this. I was a firefighter. I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to do it, but I just looked at the job and I did the job. Like, I've done things that I was like, whatever, and then, like, ignored it and I just done the job. I can do that. Not a lot of people can, but a lot of other states, if you say, like, on camera or whatever, oh, I'm going to do this, and then something happens and you do it, then they can charge you. That's not a thing here in Texas. They don't look at that. They look at, did you stand your ground? And in Texas, I would have stood my ground. So,
handed it to him.
That's one of the perks of living in Texas. And I do carry.
2 number 9s, 2 packs of Marble Black Red 100s. He grabbed me shorts.
Like, I live in Houston, brother, so, like, I'm always carrying. And in Texas, you could conceal carry without a license.
Something is wrong.
Well, take a seat, man.
Something is wrong.
Sit down.
Something is wrong.
Bro, what the fuck? He's trying to make a scene so he doesn't get the other guy's story. I know exactly what... This guy's got to be lying. This guy's lying for sure. Right? This guy has to be lying. This guy has to be.
Something is wrong.
So did that guy allegedly, like, slam his head on the ground, or did he fall?
No, he slammed my head on the ground. And I hit him once in the back of the head, just so you know. I know how to fight. You can pull my record up and you'll find out. It's been 7 years since I had to touch someone. Like, this is bullshit. He rings me up, he's like $50. I said, no. First of all, $20 in lottery ticket and 2 packs of cigarettes are 35 bucks. Yeah. So how am I at 50? Plus you gotta minus my lottery. They'll put us down to 20.
What's your name, man?
Reggie.
Reggie. Open your mouth real quick for me. You're bleeding through your mouth. Open your mouth.
I'm bleeding in my mouth.
Like I said, I got an ambulance coming.
How did it start to get physical?
He started, who the f are you getting loud with? You bitch. You're doing it wrong. He smacked the plastic crate, smacked me in the face.
The plastic crate?
I'm curious if he means, like, smacked as in, like, punched or slapped.
Smacked you in the face?
I mean, I know that doesn't make a difference, but...
Howard stands up next to the counter.
Okay.
It smacked me dead in my face. We exchanged words. He kept coming around the counter. I walked outside. He went into the office. Kept talking. I came out here. I called you guys. From there on, I put you guys in my phone call pocket because he came out, got into his trunk, grabbed the metal tire iron, came over here, and that's when I punched him.
So you didn't punch him?
Look, you can see the cameras right there. Pull the cameras. Pull the cameras. Everything's on camera.
I never touched him inside. I touched him right there.
Okay. All right. Do you have your ID on you real quick?
Oh, he just got the first lie right there. Guy said that he had hit him, and this guy hit him. He got the first lie right. I guarantee you, it's the gas station attendant,
do you
dude.
Just have the injury in the nose.
like that.
Okay. Now, was anybody else inside during all this?
Yeah, the manager was right there.
Before the ambulance gets here, checks you out. Walk me through this now that we're calmed down. Walk this through again, okay?
Dude came in, asked for 2 packs of cigarettes, and gave me 3 lottery tickets that totaled out. One of them was $10, one of them was $15. He wants to argue with me and tell me that I owe him $50. How?
What?
You
What? That's not what they said. Bro's cooked. He's cooked. He just cooked himself. He just cooked himself, bro.
Bring it down a little bit, okay? So you guys got to that point. He tells you, hey, get your money back that you're giving him isn't what he's supposed to
it
get.
went against the total because he got more merchandise.
Okay.
So it goes against your total when you win lottery. If you don't want that, you be specific and say that.
Okay.
He didn't say that.
Okay, so he's saying that you're supposed to give him 50 back.
Why? When he only gave me lottery tickets that totaled up 15.
Right. So what happened after that?
Then the total was $20 for 2 packs of cigarettes. It was like 18 something because they're 2 for 1 or something like that. And then he started freaking out, yelling and screaming at me. I told him to calm down. Meanwhile, the so-called manager did absolutely nothing. Nothing. She could have just prevented all of this. Nothing. And just told him to leave the store. Just told him to leave the store. But because he comes here and buys cigarettes in this white racist ass town, then he can just put his hands on.
I'm feeling like more and more and more is coming out about this guy. The more he's talking and the angrier he's getting, the more he's spilling about what was really going on here.
No, I'm not standing for that. Right. I will never apologize for standing up for myself.
Okay.
Had he had not called me a
You're gonna get
it would never been a problem.
You're gonna get a disorderly conduct. Stop yelling.
Disorderly conduct.
Stop yelling.
For being black and being upset.
Stop yelling.
Man, whatever. The subject is closed.
Stop yelling.
That's not how this works, man. You assaulted somebody, you fucking idiot. You don't just get to turn everything off. That's not, no. What do you think this is, a game? Hell no, man.
Hush hush with him. I'll be fine.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you and talk about what's going on.
If you drive away, dude, you're gonna be in a lot more trouble. You already getting assault and disorderly conduct charges for this. Like, you really want to fucking walk away?
Did this guy get hit by a pipe?
No.
You would let him talk to you guys like that? Like, Jesus Christ, that's why he got hit what he got.
Now, he said that he got out of his car with he went to his car, grabbed a tire iron, and came back over to him, and then he punched
Yeah, where's the tire iron? Where's that at?
He got hit in the face from the thing inside.
He's getting in his car.
What is he doing?
It was like he's about to drive off to me.
Why?
Because you're not.
For what? What reason do I need to be here
detained for an ongoing investigation.
Right now you're
ongoing investigation? Because somebody slammed my head on the concrete?
But you hit him first, fucktard. You should be thankful you're not in Texas, because if you had brought that tire iron, I guarantee you, somebody at that gas station would have had a firearm inside of their car. You're lucky. You're damn lucky. You didn't get shot and killed. Seriously.
No investigation?
Well, at minimum, it's disorderly conduct.
You brought a weapon, brother.
What?
Right now, I said it, right now, at minimum, it's disorderly conduct on both of your parts if it's a mutual fight. If it's not a mutual fight,
he hit me first.
Okay.
So the law says I have a right to defend myself. F this job. I don't need Circle K.
Well, that's why
I have a college education.
That's why we're
this shit. But when
Then why are you working at okay? So why are you working at Circle K if you got a college education, bro?
Okay. My mom and dad told me hit their ass back. I don't care where I'm at.
You a grown ass man talking about what mommy and daddy told you when you was like 6. Brother. Bro's going to jail for being a schizo.
Okay. He called me slung on me. I threw the container in his face. End of story.
That's why we're investigating.
And then I tried to leave. Okay. He followed me out.
I guarantee you the reason why that manager didn't step in is because she was having problems with him that day.
Here,
promise you that's why.
To my car. To my car.
Just so you know, you're not.
All of this could have been prevented if she just would have opened her mouth and did her job.
Stop. Just so you know, right now you're not free to go.
Yeah, but he is though.
Are you the manager? Okay.
No, he's not. He's still there, guy.
Alright. So just hang out here for right now. We're gonna go look at video. Is your injury from the
thing in there when?
There it is. Yeah, get the video. I want to see the video.
Trying to shove me.
Oh wait, here we go. Here we go.
What box did he throw?
Here we go. A third person.
He broke it because he threw it.
Okay.
So why that dude's nose is bleeding.
Yeah.
He literally went like this as hard as he could.
Like he
all my
picked-
stuff is
Like he
gone.
just picked it up and swung it.
No,
and
he
threw
just
it at him.
it was right here,
Yeah.
and he just went bam.
Okay, and it hit him in the face.
Yeah, and then I was in between them. They're both pushing me and spitting on me, trying to shove me
Okay.
out of the way. And I'm telling the one dude to please leave, like go outside. He said he had the cops. I said, okay, so please just go outside. And they're both just screaming.
And I guess he did. I guess he did do what the manager asked.
Yeah, I was right where you are,
Yeah.
blocking them both.
Okay.
And the customer went out.
Went out, walked around, and then he went out to his car, grabbed a tire iron, and then.
Oh, so she just said that that's what he did. Okay, so there you go.
I'm kind of on standby anyway. Yeah.
Well, let's go see some video real quick.
So,
So they have like 2 witnesses.
with the pipe or anything? No. How'd you get the cut on your nose?
From the plastic cabinet.
Display thing?
Display, yeah.
Okay.
I should have beat his ass right then and there.
So he came at you with like a tire iron? Or
No, he was definitely the bigger man in this, dude. Like for real. Like the fact that he walked out and like called the police. W decision.
Did he put that
out here?
Okay.
And as soon as he got close to me, it was over with. You
Yeah.
come at me with a weapon, I don't give a shit. I can put a bullet in.
Right.
Amen to that, brother. Yes, sir.
Here, one time.
Okay. Did he fall and hit his head after that or anything?
He fell,
Okay.
yes, but never hit his head.
Okay. He's going to look at the video of it real quick and determine what's going to happen.
He did.
Why it was so
I want to see the video. Oh, here we go. We got the video.
back his money so that it wouldn't turn into.
I don't really care what this lady says. So that's the guy. That's the other guy. The manager's right there, so she saw the whole thing.
I mean, I do have a lot of complaints about him, like having attitudes and denying people.
I'm not surprised. It sounds like he's a dumbass. It sounds like he has a problem.
What happened? Obviously, you got your head slammed in. Then he didn't bring this
Multiple times, he is like.
over. Thanks. All right, see ya.
This worker brings.
I didn't bring race or anything.
Over. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
This worker brings.
Yeah, EMTs aren't there to cater for you, man. If you really don't feel like you're hurting, then they're not gonna.
Multiple times, he is likely referring to the fact that their location, the small city of Ravenna, Ohio, has just over 11,000 residents, where more than 80% of the population is white.
What's that got to do with anything?
Because I can't. Because I can't. But you're trying to charge me well over what the hell is charge you nothing. You will blow your damn toe when you talk to me. Or what? Or what? You leave the damn store. Goodbye. You better call your manager right now. Call her. I will. Call her. Who the fuck you're talking about? You owe me $50. Who you talking to? You, bitch. Motherfucker. The price, the $15 went against the damn total. Now call me another bitch.
Oh, there it is. He hit him first.
No, you can't come back here.
You're going to jail, bitch. You. Step outside. Let's go. Your ass. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Take your 15. It went against the total. I know.
No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Get out. It was at $50. I owe you 30. It was $40.
All right.
$50. You retarded as fuck.
It's kind of funny. Guy got his ass beat. Got his ass thrown on the ground and still trying to be combative with everybody around him. See, that's why whenever you do something like that to somebody, you body slam them and you got to get on top of them and start beating the shit out of them. Seriously. Bro got his ass kicked.
Video does not audio.
Well, he started it for sure.
Okay,
Because I was getting into my shirt.
Okay, how'd you get to the ground?
He pushed me down.
He
grabbed me by my neck and pushed me on the ground.
When you guys were over
and
here?
I lost my balance. Right in front
That means you a bitch that number one, you can't fight. You got to catch someone off guard. And number two, even when you got a weapon in your hand, you still can't fight because you a bitch.
The orange barrel.
Okay.
It's on camera. It's
I'm just trying. I just need that.
It's
now,
right
man.
there.
On the ground when he pushed.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's got something in his hand. Oh, he did have something in his hand. He has something in his hand. Damn, bro's getting his ass beat.
When he comes over with the tire iron.
His damn lottery tickets was wrong, and he the victim now. The manager did absolutely do. He could have been on my home.
Knock it off. It's 8 in the morning. You're in a residential neighborhood.
I see he's like pushing him back with the tire iron at one point. Can't run that again.
Yeah.
Looked like he hit him like in the body.
I mean, that customer did knock him in the back of the head pretty hard.
Yeah.
Knocked him to the ground.
Yeah. It's kind of a...
I mean, who wouldn't? Like, bro, I'm surprised he didn't hit him hard enough to, like, kill him with his fist. Because, like, if you bring in a tire iron, he's swinging it at somebody, and they hit you, and they break your jaw, or they, like, you know, make your brain do a coop in your fucking in your head, then, and they kill you, then that's on you, man. You the one that brought lethal force.
Yeah.
You can't just go get a tire iron.
The guy was upset.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to what it was supposed to be. If Reggie would have just let it go.
Yeah.
No, he's a problem person. He wasn't gonna let that go. He's going to jail now, though. He's going to jail now, though.
His car grabbed, like, have you seen the tire iron thing yet?
It's in the back.
It's literally just like that little metal pipe from... He walks over to the middle here. There's a terrible split right in the video.
Her whole title is manager. I'm the problem.
You are the problem.
Calm down, all right?
And he just kind of like... He steps up to him. Hey,
get off!
You're about to go to jail.
Knock it off!
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. Like, how is it that you're allowing this guy to continue to sit here and fucking talk about it, dude? Like, seriously, shut him the fuck up. If this would be any other fucking person, they would have already arrested this dude. Stop pussyfooting around and arrest this guy. Like, enough.
Leave. You guys have no business here. Leave, or you guys are going to jail too. Leave.
Lock them all up.
Hey. Leave. Leave, or you're going to jail.
They here with me.
Leave, or you're going to jail.
You ain't telling nobody else to leave.
Reggie,
You ain't telling nobody else to leave.
Chill, man.
Don't touch me, man. You ain't telling nobody else to leave.
Oh, man. Put this bitch in jail already. He started it. Put him in jail.
In charge with obstructing.
Oh, good. She's going to jail, too. Thank God.
Between him, he started the whole thing.
Okay,
By screaming and yelling,
well, that's good and fine.
smacking the guy in the face.
Okay, that's good and fine. That's on
Okay.
him. But he's still over
Woo! Look at her. Look at her looking at him. Look at her looking at him, dude. Look at her looking at him. She pissed at him right now. He's like, you lying bitch.
Smacking the guy in the face.
Okay, that's good and fine. That's on him. But he's still over there yelling. Y'all ain't said that man over there.
Yeah, but he hasn't been over there yelling. He hasn't done shit. He's literally been standing over there talking to the other person.
We just were yelling at him when you
Hey,
guys
dude just yelled, shut him the fuck up, because it's annoying to hear that shit. Even the cops are telling him to keep his voice down, and he won't keep his voice down.
chime in too.
Seriously, shut him the fuck up.
Not right now. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Let me control my wife, bro.
You're going to have to wait a minute.
Dog poop?
Is that dog poop on your thing?
What she do?
That was obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
Because we're doing our investigation. She's coming in.
What investigation?
I'm not gonna have a conversation with you like this.
Oh, please just put him in jail already. Why are we sitting here doing this?
That's what happened. If the manager would have did her job.
Get him in a
No, bro.
None of it. None of it. Okay. Man, get off me.
Stop.
No, you're going to jail now, retard.
I don't understand why you just continue and you don't listen.
This is some bullshit.
You've been warned and warned and warned.
Ain't no warning. My mom.
I'm so happy they caught all that on camera, bro. I'm so happy they caught that on camera. Put this moron in jail.
With a metal
seat, you gonna allow us to get it?
Why?
Because the video shows that you used it and went after him with it.
Did I hit him with it?
No.
I should have.
No, but it's...
After he hit me, that's self-defense.
Okay, but it's evidence now.
No, you can't.
You walked up to him after you assaulted him in the store with the pipe. Of course he's gonna hit you first. Who the fuck wouldn't? That's self-preservation.
Okay, then I'm towing it.
Bro, you had a weapon.
Then I'm towing it.
You ain't towing nothing.
32,400.
Get in the car.
Nope.
You can't tow my car. You cannot tow my car.
Yes, they can.
evidence in it. That ain't no damn tire rod.
It doesn't matter. You had it as a weapon.
Yell again, you're going to jail too. All right? Yell one more time.
So iron? Good. But if it falls in your guys' court.
What a joke, bruh.
Have a seat. Yep. What all happened out here today? Because I watched the whole entire video. Okay.
He doesn't have anything to say because he already lied.
With the tire iron? No.
I have a right to defend myself.
Okay. You understand I watched the video, right?
I don't care.
How all this started.
So why are you asking me then? So shut the door and take me to Infirmary Road.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right, bye. Bye.
Not sitting this motherfucker.
Were we not yelling at him?
Tell him to leave. Then once you walk in this.
It's literally, they're literally on the split of the two cameras. Like, you can't see everything going on.
But you can see the tire iron in somebody who's wearing red
It
hoodies.
looks like him kind of stumbled towards him. I couldn't tell if he's ahead.
And then that scuffle happened here. And
so the initial scuffle happened here on the video. He comes right up to him. This guy has the tire iron in his hand, and he's just yelling at him. It's falling backwards, swinging. But and then it gets over here, and that's when he punches him in the back of the head, knocks him on the ground. You can see.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he started the whole thing by slamming the thing into his face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick, showing the vehicle.
Take it.
Take the car or the tire iron?
Take my mom's car. Take the tire out of the vehicle. Okay. Yeah, I went and got it after he put his hands on me. No, you watched the video, so you seen it. I didn't hit him with it.
So I watched the video, and he didn't hit you inside the store. You hit him with the display case right in the face.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Well, words are different than actions.
Ain't that the truth? Yes, sir.
We got that. That was a whole.
Take my wife to jail this year, man.
Maybe not. Okay.
Come on, man. Don't take my wife to jail, man.
At minimum, she's probably going to get a ticket and go with you.
All right.
Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to handcuff you. You can step out. I'm going to send you a summons in the mail, okay? So you're going to be getting charged. You're going to have to go to court. You need help?
No, I got it.
Okay. I'm not going to take you to jail today. I could, okay? Can we agree that your behavior wasn't helping the situation?
No response.
Nope.
Okay.
With battery, aggravated menacing, and resisting, obstructing. They are innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Ooh, what beautiful charges, man. Yes, sir. All right. We are rolling out of here for the day. I'll be back on tomorrow, bright and early. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. Who knows? But I'm sure some more exciting goodies will pop out. We have a Discord. You can join the Discord and drop down links to videos if you want. Discord link is on the channel. Check it out. React to stuffies and goodies, and sometimes we play games. Not very often anymore, though, but I got to roll up out of here. I got to do a lot of editing and stuff and get videos uploaded. Sub to the channel. Stick around. We have a lot of fun here. Be back on tomorrow, boys. Peace!
Wow.